Welcome back to another episode of Minute News. I don't know what I need to name. And the light's still flashing. How's everybody doing this fine morning? I will call this the early afternoon, day, morning news. What the fuck ever. What up, Dub? So, I know it's early. It's early. So, if you haven't started off your morning with a cup of coffee, I've already had two. Let's get you into some coffee mode.
As the kids, just roll the video. We'll just roll the video.
Brother.
That's the sound of my vehicle coming to an abrupt stop.
My bad.
And that's my dog. Yeah.
Coffee, dripping, Chemex, sipping. Coffee, dripping, Chemex, sipping. I got the good, Colombian. I got the good, Colombian.
No coffee for the snitches, looking for the riches. Gotta get that money, honey. 16-1 ratio, dummy. Pour over, more over, bitch, you a beginner. Mama should've told you coffee's only for closers.
What up, Junie? How you doing this morning? You guys getting slow up there?
I got the good, Colombian. I got the good, Colombian.
Marco,
Coffee,
light from
dripping,
me.
Chemex, sipping.
I ate.
Coffee, dripping, Chemex, sipping.
Ain't too late to demonstrate my caffeinated mental state. To my toilet seat, how to activate my bowels to detonate. Thug life, ain't no drug life, it's a mug life.
Gotta get that good. Gotta get that good.
Thug life, ain't no drug life, it's a mug life.
Yeah. We talking coffee, dripping, Chemex, sipping. Coffee, dripping,
It's something like
Chemex,
that, Laura.
sipping.
I got the good, Colombian. I got the good, Colombian.
I got that whole ain't no waking back and ground. If you grind, gotta keep it caffeinated, cause I'm on the gotta die. I got that pound of brown from Jamaica. I got that pound of brown from Nicaragua.
And
I got that pound of brown from Costa Rica. I got that pound, I got that pound, I got that pound of brown.
I got the good, Colombian. I got the
Yeah,
good,
because
Colombian.
I'm sorry for making that.
Yeah, thank you for apologizing. So, before we get into I forgot what I was going to say. YouTube videos. Obviously, we know sometimes I go on Twitter and I find the dumbest shit possible. And you know me, if I find something stupid as fuck, like what I found this morning, I'm going to share it. So, without further ado, this is the first lady we have. Let me see what the description actually says. This Thanksgiving, allow me to give you a pro tip. Oh, I'll let her talk to you. Let her talk to you.
It's Thursday. Tomorrow's Wednesday, and then we're on to Thanksgiving. And I want to give some of you a pro tip on how to handle the situation during this holiday season when you are confronted with people that you have to be around and don't have a choice.
Hell yeah. Tennessee, my niggas. I would ask you what part of Tennessee, but that would be fucking weird. What part of Tennessee?
Are you ready? Ignore them. Literally act like they do not fucking exist. Ignore them.
Oh.
There is nothing I have seen more recently than Macedonia dipshits going off and losing their mind that we on the Democrats or the left or humanity or those with a pulse and a soul aren't fighting with them. They're mad. They can win it all and they're still fucking mad.
No, if he did, I don't know. Probably not.
They're brainwashed and they're fucking stupid. They have gaslit themselves so far into oblivion, Elon's rockets can't find them.
Oh,
sounds kind of something like this. Yeah, he won. He's your daddy.
I consider myself more
president.
than 9.
Mm-hmm.
Just kidding.
No.
But in my mind, I am.
Trump won. Mega. Woo!
Woo!
Yeah, we won. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jack Smith, man. Dismissed
Fuck you,
everything.
Jack Smith.
Totally not guilty of anything. Fucking witch hunt, told you. Mm-hmm. Don't fight stupid with stupid. Ignoring somebody who is trying to bait you into some stupid fucking argument
Right.
they have already had with themselves 12 times in the mirror before they showed up at your Nana's house is fucking pointless. They will not
My Nana's
understand how to go about doing their normal activities at a normal family or...
If people showed up to my Nana's house, first of all, it's across the sea. They don't celebrate Thanksgiving. Plus, she's dead. So they can show up to my Nana's house all they want. It's fucking haunted.
friends function.
At least it was
like,
since I was a kid.
Okay. All they have is fucking rage. That's it. That's all they have. They have somebody who allows them to be racist, bigoted, moronic fucking idiots with rage. And when you do not come back to them with anything, it drives them crazier. This is going to be a very long 4 years, but not for people like us, not for people like me. It's not going to be a long 4 years for us. It's going to be even longer for them, because the amount of times that fuck around and find out is going to keep biting them in the ass is going to be fucking epic. Like,
I don't know. A lot of the fucking around and finding out are your people. They're your people. Your people. Not sure what she meant by your people. What I meant by your people. But she implied that it's white women that are gonna love this next 4 years. Fuck me.
Grammy, Tony worthy. Let them talk all the shit they want.
The Grammy and Tony are different.
Right now, and limes are like 50 cents a piece, and next year they're like $3. Let them. When, we got rid of Obamacare, but we're keeping ACA, and they realize they're the same fucking thing. Sorry. Let them. When their wife needs life-saving care because she's hemorrhaging from a miscarriage, let them.
I'd have to
when
look.
They buy more stupid Trump shit like the fucking guitar now and more sneakers and holiday ornaments, fucking let them. You are not the dipshit whisperer. You don't owe anybody an explanation. Just move the fuck on and act like they don't even exist. That is a true narcissist's worst fucking nightmare.
4 hours
and
away.
It is the absolute epitome of hell for a fucking dictator like Donnie. Not being relevant, not being on the forefront, and us just not giving a shit. They have no idea what to do with it. Which means they're going to start raging on each other and becoming more divisive. Honey, fucking let them. It is true.
Yo, listen. If I'm at a dinner with my family, which majority of my family, as far as immediate family, not Democrats, not liberals, not progressives. Oopsie. If we had someone like her, first of all, I wouldn't invite her. Because not immediate family. And if, by chance, she did come to a party for Thanksgiving and it wasn't mine, she can do all she wants. I'm going to ignore the fuck out of her. I am going to throw little insults. Hey, what's up, El? Good to see you, brother. Hold on a second. Let me get to the next, finish this video.
Truly sad that somebody's entire identity, their entire existence has meant nothing until a washed up, fucking bankrupt, should be in jail, above the law, Constitution doesn't apply. Someone is going to be president again to avoid jail. Yeah, so just let them. Let them live in their grandeur of delusion. Let them live in their fucking mania, because the Tower of Babylon will fall.
It already fell.
Every single time shit happens, I'll just keep posting it of like
the tower already fell.
Ultimate fuck around and find out. This is going to be a very long 4 years. So, let them. Gobble gobble Thanksgiving, bitches.
I hope it's a long 4 years. 4 long years of Donald Trump. Good morning, Dominique. How are you doing? How's the weather? Good thing you just missed some I know you guys just missed some crazy. But this is Argentina. And Argentina, I think they're fucking nuts. First of all, I don't think they do the haka in Argentina of all fucking places. And on top of that, is anybody intimidated? Are you intimidated by their war cry, their movement, their ferocity? What is she passing out for? I kind of want some snow. That's how you do it. Alright. I'm so intimidated, I'm going to stop that video. They scared the shit out of me. I totally wouldn't want to invade Argentina. But if I did invade Argentina, I probably wouldn't bring a guy like this. Because apparently he's going to help defeat masculinity. And, well, let's see what this guy has to say. I'm assuming it's a guy. Yes. I'm going to say it's a guy.
We will defeat the Trumpers and the Republicans in Project...
Oh, wait, I thought you were going to help me invade Argentina. He's willing to fight me, though.
25, because you know what we have that they don't? Unity. All they care about is themselves. And as soon as one of their friends or allies says anything bad about them, they immediately cut them off. Just see how many times Trump frickin' fired people and other things just because they disagreed with his moron ass. Don't worry, everybody. We will defeat the white men.
Oh, I'm good then.
White cis straight men. I'm a white man, but I'm gay.
Yeah, obviously. Couldn't tell.
Not afraid of it. Come at me, bruh. We will defeat the Trumpers and the Republicans in Project 2025 because you know what we have.
Oh, he's going against Project 2025, so... You know what? God damn, he looked like he got no teeth and herpes on his lip. Holy shit. Oh, what the fuck is this? You know what? I didn't watch this one yet, so I really don't know what's in it. But good thing you're here, because, well, we can watch shit together. Oh, this requires reading.
A napkin in between when I say this. You have a popcorn ceiling, tile walls, and your crock pot is sitting on a TV tray table.
I'm guessing I don't understand the concept of a popcorn ceiling.
Stinkabutt, the money is not in the unfurnished room with us. This is such broke bitch and buccoonery behavior to admit that you voted for a man for a little $1,200 he gave you 4 years ago. Mind you, he did not even give you that money. That money came from a Democratic Congress and Nancy Pelosi.
Wait,
and
what the fuck is that supposed to mean, bitch? I have a popcorn ceiling. To me, that's always been normal. Unless you live in a tiled ceiling.
Up so that he could put his name on it because he knew that there would be goofy goobers such as yourself who would just see his name and be like, oh, this came from Trump. Like, y'all are so fucking stupid. Brains smooth as fucking satin. Y'all need to go find Steve and buy a clue before them terrorists start affecting them because they get your musty looking tar-gummed ass on here and admit to being a brokey is fucking crazy. With the evidence of your brokenness in the back too, like, girl, please. The delusions are giving J-Lo. Let me add a second napkin in between when I tell you this. That orange man is not giving you any green. You're broke today, and you're going to be broke tomorrow, and the day after that, and the day after that, and the day after that. Hope this helps.
I'm thinking it's kind of... whoever Nene Jones is, more power to her. Power to the people. I don't think she's going to help me invade Argentina. She might be afraid of that haka. Because they're not white. White passing, but they're not white. I guess so, Dub. But I bet you I own my house. She probably pays rent. Just saying. Not that there's anything bad with that, but rent is ridiculous these days. They have a house that's way smaller than mine. Motherfucker wants $2,400 a month. When I was renting my house, I paid $1,100. My mortgage, $1,300. Why the fuck would I pay $25,000 to rent a place? That dude's a retard. The sad part is, someone's gonna rent it.
Number two, you can bring down government debt, which means you can bring down government interest.
Really?
And the government today, the federal government today, pays more in interest than we pay for the Department of Defense.
Right, but how much of that is salary?
No, that's just interest on the debt.
Right.
That's just interest on the old debt.
Okay.
We pay like $1.2 billion a year right now, I think is the latest number, which is just interest on debt. It's not paying for any good or service. It's just interest on debt. But again,
what percentage of that is of the GDP?
Well, the total government spending is on the order of $7 trillion. Interest payments are like $1.2 trillion, something like that.
$1.2 trillion.
I think that's the current number. DoD is $800 billion a year.
So $1.2 trillion.
Just off the top. Yeah, just off the top. And again, no tax. Nobody's benefiting from that. It's just interest.
We pay $1.2 billion every year on interest on our debt. My question is, how come we have debt when we literally fund every... Oh, never mind.
Payments.
That's bananas.
Right. And total GDP is like, I don't know. It's I don't know. It's 20, 30, 40 trillion. It's, it's much larger than that, but like still.
It's enough.
This is a lot of money. And the total accumulated debt is 35 trillion. And the total accumulated debt is 35 trillion, and it adds another trillion of accumulated debt every 100 days.
I'm sorry, what? I think I've heard this before, but every 100 days, $1 trillion is added. It's fucking crazy.
Yes.
Oh my God, it hurts my head.
There's a Congress.
Yeah, I kind of felt the same way, Joe. Don't worry. That shit hurt my head. $1 trillion every 100 days. How the fuck is that even How the fuck is that even possible? But then I sit around and I just thought, wait a minute, Kamala Harris raised $1.5 billion in 100 days for that campaign and spent well over that. They're still missing money. And they're grifting. They're literally grifting their donors again, trying to get more money. Alright. So the only reason I decided to play this is because I wanted to see it anyway. And this is the mayor of Nashville. What a piece of shit. I'd punch him in the face. Why are big cities always controlled by liberals?
In Operation Crime and Justice, Fox 17 News pressing Nashville's mayor about a growing gang threat in Tennessee.
Yo, this is the same motherfucker that didn't want to release that trans shooter that shot up the elementary school. Motherfuckers like this.
These bigger cities.
Now, this follows the human trafficking arrest of this man, a member of the Tren de Agua gang member down in Chattanooga just this week. Fox 17 News' Kylie Walker at the Metro Courthouse after tracking this story for more than a week.
People are asking me where this gang is the most active or saturated. It's a topic that I've covered for weeks now, but I've really struggled to get
it's probably my favorite news
from
reporter.
Local leaders and the TBI.
They're back in all of our major cities.
TBI Director David Roush made a shocking announcement earlier this month warning Tennessee communities of a growing threat from a South American gang in major cities.
Have you had any word of any of these members here in Nashville?
What I will say is Chief Drake has advised us, even before the TBI report, we knew that they were active in Tennessee. The Metro Nashville Police Department has a very active and successful gang unit, and they have continually monitored that activity.
Mayor Freddie O'Connell says his office will continue to count on MMPD for intelligence and high-profile arrests. That's thanks to a strong collaboration with the U.S. Attorney's Office.
But right now, you haven't heard of any sightings or arrests?
Right now, I'm not aware. I will say it this way. I know that MMPD is aware of their presence in Tennessee, and they're monitoring what the situation looks like in Nashville.
We asked Metro Police if they've witnessed this gang in Nashville or have made any related arrests. A spokesperson with MMPD did not go into specifics, saying they are well aware of TDA and MMPD has a heightened awareness.
We've got to bring this to an end.
Pushing for action, Fox 17 News spoke with U.S. Senator Bill Hagerty this morning after TBI's Chattanooga arrest of Adelvis Rodriguez Carmona.
It is deeply concerning. I've met with the leader of TBI, Director Rausch, has gone through this with me. Basically, Venezuela has unloaded their jails.
Yeah, we know.
Their crime operations have moved not only into other countries in Latin America, they're coming into America right now.
Coming to America, like Jeffrey and Hakeem. Jeffrey and Hakeem. That has not a reference to our resident loser of permanent loser status. Hopefully none of you live in Maryland, because if you live in Maryland, specifically Frederick, Maryland, your mayor should probably be impeached for what he's about to do.
In many regards, this election cycle did not go as I had hoped.
In response to Trump's national immigration policies, Frederick Mayor Michael O'Connor pledging to carve out space in his local budget for a legal advocacy fund, which would use tax dollars to pay undocumented immigrants attorneys' fees as they fight deportation.
Ensuring they have the legal support.
Wait, so they came here for free. They're getting housed for free. They're getting fed for free. They're pretty much getting everything for free. And this asshole wants to use his city tax funds to pay for lawyers so these motherfuckers don't get deported. That's strange.
Support they need to stand strong and remain in this community
What up, Yeti?
they have chosen to call home.
O'Connor explaining his intention is to allocate the money to organizations already providing similar legal services, helping them expand the number of people they're able to support, although he's still determining the exact dollar amount to set aside. Some residents he spoke with supportive of the end goal.
I believe a lot of non-immigrant people also contribute to the country as well.
But all of them against their tax dollars footing the bill.
I'm torn.
I don't like the idea. I'd rather our taxpayer money go towards American citizens.
You know, you break the law, it's just what happens. Nobody helped me pay for my attorney fees when I break the law.
Nope.
So why should we be paying for theirs out of taxpayer money?
But this comes at a cost. And this could be a very large cost for Frederick. And quite frankly, Frederick can't afford it.
Right. I'd hate to be in that city. I'd be like, listen, motherfucker. Well, first of all, I wouldn't have voted for him, so I mean, that's a plus. But use my taxpayer money to fund a lawyer for somebody who's not here anyway. Or who's not supposed to be here anyway. And people are okay with that. I really don't understand that. But you know, everybody that came here illegally, they should get a chance. They deserve a chance, because we're a loving country, and fuck you.
Evening. We want to get right to breaking news in St. Helens, where we have just learned the principal of St. Helens High, Katie Wagner, who is currently on leave, has been charged with 6 crimes in connection with the growing sex abuse scandal in that school district. This comes just hours after the new acting superintendent appointed by the board last night pledged to restore trust with families.
Guys, remember when I brought this story up the other day? They were just suspended.
And the community. Devin Haskins is live in St. Helens. Devin, you've been reviewing the new indictment. Walk us through the charges.
Yeah. Well, David, earlier this morning, there was a grand jury hearing, and we're learning about those new charges against Katie Wagner, the principal at St. Helens High School. She's facing 2 felonies and 4 misdemeanors. Those charges are as following: 2 counts of criminal mistreatment in the first degree. The court documents say she withheld necessary care for students at St. Helens High School, while Eric Stearns, a choir teacher, and Mark Collins, a retired math teacher, were teaching at the school. Both teachers are currently charged with several counts of sexual abuse of a minor. Those are felony charges the principal now faces. She's also facing 2 counts of official misconduct in the first degree for failing to uphold her duties as a mandatory reporter when allegations of abuse were reported by students over the last several years, as well as 2 counts of official misconduct in the second degree those official misconduct charges are misdemeanors. Now, this comes hours after the new acting superintendent was introduced. Steve Webb, you may recognize him if you're from the Vancouver area. He used to be the superintendent in that district, retiring in 2021.
Hello, hard hat.
Now taking over the top job at the St. Helens School District. Today, he read a brief statement, prepared statement addressing the community in the wake of the sex abuse charges against 2 educators earlier this month. Dr. Steve Webb did not take any questions following the statement. He says the district will launch an external investigation into the district's policies around mandatory reporting, as well as training processes and the culture within the district. He also said a new acting high school principal will be appointed as soon as possible after Principal Katie Wagner was placed on leave and now learning of new charges. Parents in the district welcomed the news and said change needed to happen. They hope the acting superintendent will now be more transparent.
They failed a lot of children. A lot of children are scared, but fortunately we had a lot of strong children that came out and told their story and finally got heard. And I think it's absolutely, things need to change.
So Webb says the investigation will start Monday and says once the investigation is complete, he will share those findings with the public. He says that investigation should last the next month and a half to 2 months, depending on how long it takes. David, back to you.
All right, the breaking news here, though. 2 felony counts, 4 misdemeanor charges against Katie Wagner, the principal of St. Helens High, now currently on administrative leave.
She knew. She knew what was going on because people were telling her. However, she did nothing. Wait, that sounds familiar. She did nothing. Those 2 educators, they should go to jail for a long, long, long time in Siberia. Next up on the queue, this guy, I don't know if I should play this. Hopefully, if you see this guy, just let your local law enforcement know, because I feel like he's about to do something really, really stupid with this. And I hope he's being monitored and watched like he should be.
You know what? Bet. I mean to be at the Capitol to change the world, and I need everyone's help to do it. I mean to make the biggest spectacle I possibly can of myself with more than 20 million people at my back. Yep. I am weaponizing Blue Sky, I think is what I'm attempting to do. I am attempting to weaponize Blue Sky in raising me up to the level of giants so that I can say our piece. Now, you can be with us or against us, but you need to be there, ready in whatever way that means to you. So when I march on the Capitol, so do you. And I just hope to God we can avert war.
Oh, what are you going to do?
You know what?
Wait, I see that. This little fucking bitch is basically trying to incite an insurrection. But you know, it's okay, because if you're a loony liberal, you can say whatever you want. For the most part, you can be racist towards white people. You can call black people Uncle Toms. You know, but it's okay as long as you're on the left. So this is a general for the Air Force. And hearing shit like this makes me wish or hope that Hegseth gets appointed SecDef.
The next category of questions received a lot of attention from our members, and that is diversity, equity, and inclusion. I'd love to start with that first question is, sir, there's a widespread desire to incorporate DE&I across the American landscape. What does the Department of the Air Force hope to achieve in incorporating DE&I policies?
Yeah, I think the short answer on that, we could go way deep on this, but the short answer is we want the best most capable force that we can get. And we're trying to eliminate the barriers, open the doors, and making sure that, that we can do that. We
What
can have
barriers?
the best, most capable force that our nation can provide. And I think all too often that we have had limitations, either policy limitations that provide barriers, or we have not done the work with the American public to highlight the opportunities that come with military service, or specifically service in the United States Air Force. So we are getting after both of those. And ultimately, that's really what DEI is getting after. Not identifying the barriers that currently exist, getting messaging out to the public.
There are no barriers.
What opportunities do exist, and then just drawing the talent.
I don't know about the Air Force. I know they like to put a lot of people as their special police, whatever. You get your job by how intelligent you are, how you score on the test. I'm just saying. So there's no diversity, equity, inclusion. It's you do better, you get better. That's how it works, right?
Talent that we need to continue to excel as a force.
And sir, given that you are director of staff, do you have any guidance or input for CGOs on how do we better understand when we've made considerable gains with respects to diversity, equity, and inclusion?
This is the answer probably to a number of questions, and I don't mean to shortchange it by giving you this almost of a platitude of an answer. When we can stop having meetings about it, or when we can stop having specific focused discussions on it, and it becomes part of our DNA, then we've achieved success.
I don't understand why they're talking about the military needs more diversity, equity, inclusion. Like I said, they pick jobs before you join by test scores. You score high, you get a better job. You score low, you either don't get some. You score too low, or you get a lower scoring job. That's how it works. It's like getting into college. The better you do now, the more easy you will. DEI, gone. It's interesting how that works. I just don't understand how diversity, equity, inclusion, unless it comes to promotions. But then again, that's hearsay. Sometimes it is good old boy system. Sometimes it's good old bro system. Sometimes it's good old nigga system. It all depends. And it also depends on the person, how proactive or active or how aggressive you are in pushing what you need. That's what's also the issue today in a lot of militaries. They're too passive and they get run over. And when you have passive leaders, they have passive soldiers, right? Or airmen or Marines or squids. But anyway. I don't want to do that one, and I don't want to do that one. All right. So it sounds like we're heading into our first music break. So with that being said, I got to find out the video. And we are now on our first music break. Go use the bathroom, go get some coffee, go do whatever you need to do. Music break.
As we move forward, anytime you come closer to something, your vision should get clearer. Am I right? You are a tool in the hidden hand that's using you. Please don't be delusional. The rulers of this world practice confusing you. The people and the priests and the imams have been jammed by government scams, minds systematically programmed. Blatant black hatred and racism. The way they lace the whole world and nation with traces of Satanism. This place is a pagan prison. The founding fathers' enslaving intentions were no different than Bush's and Reagan's visions. 1776 it took action. This Illuminati took form and was spawned from a Colombian faction. Just flip your $1 bill over. And if you want me to expose the true code of deception, I will show you. We live in a designed wicked system. The number 13 is consistent in Masonic symbolism. It represents transformation. 12 completes a cycle, so 13 was rebirth and regeneration. The meanings of the symbol are strategically hid. On the left side, you see a 13-layered pyramid. Over that sits the all-seeing eye where the light shines. A sign of the devil watching over you at all times. With the words Anawit Coeptus, 13 letters meaning he has favored our undertakings. Will you accept this? Or will you learn the science and ignore them? Under the pyramid you see Novus Ordo Seclorum. Translated, New Order of the World, or the New World Order. Authors and satanic fathers of mass slaughter. The eagle that you see on the right sits below 13 stars with a shield that has 13 stripes. And an olive branch in its claws with 13 leaves, which is supposed to be in its talent to represent peace. But peace was always on a decrease. His other claw holds 13 arrows of war, set to be released. And the letters at the bottom of the pyramid are fixed with the Roman numerals that equal 1776. The United States of America exists in a deep devilish abyss where truth and paganism mix. Every president that ever lived was foul. They gather at Bohemian Grove where they bow down before the owl. See, the owl is wise and sees through the darkness of night. And there's a small one on the dollar near the one on the top right. It ain't hard to understand this government was never for us. The eagle was based off of the Egyptian hawk Horus. The 13 colonies grew into wicked sovereignty and made no apology for the obvious idolatry. Subconsciously, we follow the ways of the beast and pay homage to pagan gods when we say days of the week. Like Sunday, they worship the sun. Monday is Moon Day. Tyr, the god of war, was worshipped on Tuesday. Odin, the chief god, is who Wednesday is named.
All right, welcome back. Hopefully everybody got what they needed. And we're going to start with politics, obviously, because, you know, got to listen to Joe Biden and a very, very, very inebriated vice president. So let's get to Joe Biden first. He's got something he wants to say. So listen to what he says. Because he's Joe Biden. There we go. Oh. There he is. You supposed to be up there? You know where you're at.
Hello. I've just been told I've been fired.
Well,
what they do when they tell us, they set a time, how long we're going to be somewhere, and then what they do is they close all the roads. The Secret Service does. Mm-hmm. And if you want to lose all support for the Coast Guard and no one will ever vote for me again, I better get the hell out of here. But thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
Joe. Yes, you've been fired. But the rest of that really made no fucking sense to me. And nobody's going to vote for you again because you're going to be kind of old if you happen to make it that far. Disco Mama, good to see you. But now that Joe Biden's done talking, let's listen to our current vice president and the wannabe child molester vice president. Let's listen to what they have to say about their campaign.
Good afternoon, everyone. To everyone who's on the call, I can't express my deep gratitude to you. Personally, of being on this ticket was the privilege of a lifetime to be with Vice President Harris. But as an American, to see you out there and to see the work that you did, to know that you put your heart, your soul, your time, your talent, your treasure into something bigger than yourselves. The promise of this country, a place where everyone belongs, where no one needs to go hungry or be unsheltered, and where differences of opinion can be celebrated and differences of ideas. And you put that out there and you worked hard for it. And for that, I am forever grateful.
Thank you.
I also recognize the emotions you're going through. And I share those with you. As the vice president often says, we weren't running against something, we were running for something. And to watch the joy, the vision, the compassion,
Tampa
the
and
decency that the vice president brought to this.
Yeah,
And each and every one of you reflected
down.
every place we went, the caring and the sense of joy. I
Sense of
know it's
what?
incredibly disappointing now. And look, candidly, it's a bit scary because there's a very different vision that's being put out there.
Slow
But
down,
now more than
Eddie.
ever,
Slow
we need the light to
down.
shine through.
Stop sign.
We need to be able to be that hope for the neighbor who's really wondering. We need to be that anchor for the folks who are wondering what's next. And each of you did the work. You took time out of your busy lives and you continued to do it. And it makes a difference. On the campaign trail, I would ask, there will be a day of reckoning when it will be asked, what did you do during the 2024 campaign? Well, I know the people on this call can say everything they possibly could. And for that, as an American, I'm incredibly grateful. And I mentioned that just yesterday, the product of the things the vice president fought for and the things that she got done, we had
no breaks.
The final pot of money from the American Rescue Plan that we were able to put $5 million here in Minnesota into food assistance for hungry families during this holiday season. That's the type of stuff you are fighting for.
No offense, Timmy, but this food assistance that you're talking about for Thanksgiving, who's getting that? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're getting that, some of that, but who's really getting that? Your constituents or your undocumented? No, I don't think you can say that anymore. Yeah, I'm just gonna say undocumented, unsheltered beaners.
That's the type of things that make a difference. And those things are just as important now as they were before Election Day. And so I hope all of you take care of yourselves, take care of your families.
Thanks, Tim.
Find the place in your community to heal both yourselves and your community.
Oh, I'm good.
And then when you're ready to get back in this fight, because it continues on. And I know that I've said it often on the campaign trail, I'm preaching to the choir. I couldn't be prouder to be with a choir that's on this call.
My question, how they keep saying we need to continue to fight. So if they're fighting, I have the right to defend myself, so I can fight now, right? He's telling them all to fight. So if I see a liberal, I'm going to accidentally trip them and elbow drop because I don't know. They're a threat. They want to fight because they want to steal Donnie's fucking words.
You did everything that was asked. I also would have to say, I think all of us saw the possibility, and I know there's a bit of a feeling of loss because we saw what a real leader looks like. We watched a speech on the Ellipse the week before the election where Vice President Harris delivered on the best of America. She delivered the best of our better angels. She delivered a vision where all of us mattered. She did it with grace and dignity and continued to do that every single day. She is still in this fight. She is doing it every single day. She is not done with her current job, and she's not done being part of it with all of you. And as I said...
But you know what she does do? She takes a $7 million vacation to Hawaii. Hawaii! So just think about this. Obviously, they got to pay for the trip. But they also have to pay for how many? How many Secret Service? And guess what? That Secret Service is on us. Us.
Personally, it was a privilege to be on this ticket. It was a personal privilege to be able to become friends with an incredible leader, which someone who was willing to take on some of the toughest fights and continues to do so. And I would just ask all of you to join me in welcoming our Vice President, Kamala Harris.
Look at this.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you. Back at you, brother. You are such an extraordinary leader, and we have become lifelong friends. I just, in front of everyone, I want to thank you, Tim.
You're welcome.
You lead with courage. You lead with heart. You see the people. You care about the people. You believe in uplifting the dignity to which all people are entitled. And and you do it and you have a sense of fun when you're doing it.
Oh,
But you are an extraordinary leader, and obviously the people of Minnesota are very, very lucky to have you there. But you are a national leader and a dear friend, and thank you.
He's also a guy that wants tampons in men's boys' bathroom. He's also the one that's okay with having abortions up until the 9-month, or even, if it comes out, you can kill it. He's also the guy that allegedly was messing with little high school kids as he was a coach. Let's not forget about that.
Noel, thank you for your work in Pennsylvania.
Whoa! Look at this bitch's neck. What the fuck is that? Hold on, guys. I'm kind of new at the zooming thing because it's not working. All right. I don't know what I was going to do. But yeah, it looks like this part right here is a little box full of, I don't know. Maybe this is the real Kamala and they took her voice box off.
And all that you did for our campaign. And let me just say to everyone on this call, I am so grateful for you. And I'm so thankful to you. I'm thankful for your love of our country and your willingness to put the work into it.
Thanks.
I'm thankful for the faith that you put in me and Governor Walz and our team. And I am thankful because I know your character is such that you're not going to get knocked down. And you're in this fight. And you're
get
in
knocked
for
down.
all the right
Yep, get up again.
And I know that about you. It's why you're part of this call right now and all the work that you did over those 100.
Oh, you can't? Fuck. All right.
7 days and even before. That's your nature. And the outcome of this election obviously is not what we wanted. It is not what we worked so hard for. But I am proud of the race we ran. And your role in this was critical. What we did in 107 days was unprecedented.
Right. What you did in 107 days was spend $1.5 billion on campaigns. And now, as we'll go later, they're grifting because they still got bills to pay.
Think about the coalition that we built, and we were so intentional about that. You would hear me talk about it all the time. Being a daughter of parents who are active in the civil rights movement, I know and believe that the best movements that are about progress in our country mean that it's leaders that we are dedicated to the coalition, to bringing people together that seemingly have nothing in common, but have everything in common. A coalition where we bring people together based on
I figure her coalition pretty much has no testosterone. That's my theory, and I'm sticking to it.
A deep love of our country and our understanding that the strength of our country will be a function of our willingness to put in the work. Strength of our country will be a function of, and our understanding that the strength of our country will be a function of our willingness to put in the work.
What the fuck was that? That was weird.
Work. And that we will do that work with a sense of joy, yes. With a sense of work ethic and understanding it's going to be hard, but it's good work. It's good work.
Get your hand off your pearls.
To be engaged in a collective fight for America's future. And it means so much to me and to Governor Walz that you knocked on doors, you called friends, you called in favors. You said, hey, I showed up at your softball game. Now I need you to show up at the campaign office. You put in the time. It was personal for you. And you gave all that you could to support our campaign. Because of your efforts, get this, we raised an historic $1.4 billion, almost $1.5 billion from grassroots supporters alone.
Oh.
The most in presidential campaign history.
Tell them how.
Nearly 8 million donors contributed an average donation of about $56. to fuel our people-powered campaign.
$56 per donor.
And
Okay.
understand that the work that we did included the work that so many of you here did, which is to talk to first-time voters. Many of you are first-time voters. And to talk about how being involved can make a difference. And that remains true. And that's one of the pieces that I just want us to please take away, that our fight for freedom and for opportunity and for the promise of America, it included, for example, nearly almost 4 million first-time contributors to our campaign. Because
Wait. If there are 8 million people and they donated around $54 million, that's only half a $500 million. Just under $500 million. So where's the other billion coming from? Bill Gates gave at least 50 million.
Because of the work you did of helping people know that they can be engaged and that they're not outside, that they're inside, that we're all in this together. And that work continues. The work must continue of reminding ourselves that we have an ability to stay engaged in a way that will make a difference. The work that you all did, it's going to have lasting effect.
All right, cool. I'll go check it out.
Again, I'll say, the election didn't turn out like we wanted it to. Certainly not as we planned for it to.
Planned.
But understand that the work we put into it was about empowering people. That's the spirit with the work we did. Our spirit and our work was about saying that it is a strength that we each have to lift people up, as opposed to beating people down. It is a strength we have that has lasting effect. So all that work that you did that was about engaging with other people, engaging with perfect strangers and in their face seeing a neighbor, that has lasting effect. It reminds people that there are leaders like you who care and will bring us together. And sometimes in the darkest moments, people lose faith in that. Are there people out there that feel that way? And you reminded people that yes, there are. And there are a lot of us. And that strength cannot be taken from us.
Oh.
That is our strength.
Okay.
It cannot be taken from us.
Cool.
So listen, as I said the day after the election, I still strongly believe the light of America's promise will burn bright as long as we never give up and we keep fighting. And the fight that fueled our campaign, a fight for freedom and opportunity, that did not end on November 5th. A fight for the dignity of all people, that did not end on November 5th. A fight for the future, a future in which all people receive the promise of America?
No, just legal.
A fight that is about a fight for the ideals of our nation, the ideals that reflect the promise of America, that fight's not over. So look, we still have a lot to fight for, okay? A future where every American can pursue their dreams, ambitions, and aspirations, where the women of America have the right to make decisions about their own body, not their government telling them what to do.
That's our local government.
Our fight for the rule of law, for freedom for all, for equal justice.
Fight the rule of law. Check out Hulk Hokum. I can't remember the fucker's name right now. The border czar. He knows the law. Check it out.
For the sacred principle that everyone, no matter where they start out, has certain fundamental rights and freedoms that must be upheld. That's not over. That fight's still in us, and it burns strong. And I know this is an uncertain time. I'm clear-eyed about that.
No, you're not.
I know you're clear-eyed about it.
I'm not.
And it feels heavy.
No.
And I just have to remind you, don't you ever let anybody take your power from you. Okay. You have the same power that you did before November 5th.
I know this.
And you have the same purpose
Thank you, Disco Mama.
that you did. And you have the same ability to engage and inspire. So don't ever let anybody or any circumstance take your power from you.
Yeah.
Look, this mission that we have, it takes hard work. But as you've heard me say many times, we like hard work. Hard work is good work. Hard work can be joyful work.
Definitely not.
And in doing our work, we will remain committed and intentional about building community, building coalitions.
Right.
Reminding people that we all have so much more in common than what separates us.
Yeah, we're
We
American.
will be armed with the faith and the fuel that tells us what is possible and then drives us to achieve it. So let's continue to organize and mobilize and stay engaged. And I thank you all.
Well, thank you.
I thank you all.
Thank you.
We are all in this together.
Okay.
All right? We are all in this together.
Okay.
And on this practical eve of Thanksgiving, I wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving with the ability and to find the ability at this moment to just remember there is so much to be thankful for. And so I wish
If I was a Native American, I'd be offended. I wouldn't celebrate Thanksgiving. That's when you fuckers turned on us. But I'm not a Native American, so I don't have to think that. But if I
for
was,
you that you are surrounded by the people you love and who love you. As you know, I encourage you to be around family in whatever way you compose that family.
listen, liberals, she's telling you need to be around family, even if they voted for Trump. Like all of you are like, oh my God, my family voted for Trump, so I'm deciding not to go to the Thanksgiving this year, today, because bow to the people. Oh, and by the way, I'm gonna shave my head, and finally shave my ass, and I'm just gonna walk backwards because I look the same.
But
Except for I was a trans woman, I would still have my balls and dick attached.
take a moment and just reflect on all the good you have done and all the good you have yet to do. We are powerful, those of us who love our country, and we got a lot of work to do. And with that, I will hand it over to Noel.
All right, Jessica, Mama, thank you.
Happy Thanksgiving from Doug and me and our family.
What did you make of this podcast?
So that was fun and interesting. Wow, my hair is being awfully staticky today. Guys, we need to fight. We need to be clear-eyed. We need to have unburdened what has been burdened, that we unburdened for burden the rapper from Florida. I really don't know where she goes with all this word salad, but there's joy, guys. There's joy. Hopefully it's not Joy Reid. No. Hopefully it's this kind of joy. Yeah. If you know, you know. So, speaking of spending money that you didn't have, the Democratic Party is not in a good way right now.
And what did you make of the fact that it seems like the Harris campaign leaders were blaming everyone else except themselves?
Brian, thank you so much for having me. I've been following your reporting over the years, so it's great to be with you. I was actually surprised.
She actually works for the DNC and handles their money. Uh-oh.
Well, I'm not entirely shocked that they failed to address where the billions of dollars went. Let's bear in mind that it wasn't just $1 billion. It was $2 billion because they raised $1 billion through the campaign, another $1 billion through the super PAC. So where did that $2 billion?
Whoa. This story gets a little more interesting. $2 billion. That's a lot more than $54 per person, which was only $500,000. $500 million.
Go. And so we know so far that millions went to celebrities, went to private jets, to ice cream. $450,000 a day was spent on the Sphere.
Did she say ice cream? How much ice cream did they buy? Holy shit.
And bear in mind that we lost Nevada. So it's astounding. And so how can Americans believe that the Democratic Party can properly handle tax.
Yeah, here's another one. So they're talking about the 15 million for events, obviously, so they could, build them up. I don't really think that included the celebrities because 15 million sounds a little low. And then you said Oprah, who said, "Oh, I didn't get any money," and then news reporting was like, "Yeah, she got $1 million towards one of her foundations." Guys, according to this, we're about $1.5 million off. She got paid 2.5. Ouch. This guy is a finance lady. She knows. These 6 figures to build that Papa, Daddy, Bad Girl, whatever the fucking gay shit that was, so she didn't have to fly. $4 million in private jets. I thought we were supposed to be good for the environment. $4 million means you were flying around a lot. $494 million in advertising. How'd that work out? Good thing I don't not watch normal TV because I didn't see any of them. Let's continue.
Taxpayer funds if we can't even handle a campaign. There has to be a serious accounting and a serious postmortem, not just slapping each other on the back and congratulating each other.
Yeah, it came up over and over again, Michael, during this podcast. Oh, we only had 100 days. We only had 100 days. This was an unprecedented situation. I guess it's a fair point, but still, I mean, the fact that they spent $1.5 billion in such a short amount of time, still sort of jaw-dropping.
Yeah, but the context of this entire election will never be discussed without that aspect of what took place last July. The truth is, and it's undeniable, that she was placed in a situation, we passed the torch to her, but we passed it in the fourth quarter.
You totally passed it to a person that was supposed to be, this is how we're going to move this country forward, and the economy is going to be great. Bro. $2 billion. Nothing to show for it.
So every decision they made within those 107 days, and keep in mind, it wasn't just 107 days, but included in that, she had to actually lock down the delegates. They had to redo the year they spent planning the convention. They had to reorchestrate that because it was a new candidate. They had to vet and pick a vice presidential candidate. They had to prepare for a debate, and early voting started in some places in mid-September. So it's unfortunately, there are a lot of things we could debate over: tactics, candidate error, line-by-line spending. That all is par for the course on every losing campaign. It happens all the time. John Kerry, we were very angry because John Kerry had $2 million left in the bank, or had several million left in the bank. He was excoriated for that. So these kinds of things happen in losing campaigns, but she was placed in a very disadvantageous situation from the beginning.
I see you making
Michael,
facial expressions, Linda. Yeah, you're trying to get in. Go ahead.
Thank you so much. I do want to say that $1 billion in 100 days is not just run of the mill. This is astounding. And I have a duty of care to my donors who gave millions of dollars, and it wasn't easy for them to give. Some of them were paying in installments. It was a sacrifice for them. They looked for ways to give. So, people gave their hearts and souls to the campaign. They deserve a serious accounting to see why we were told that she was close or even winning in some of the swing states, but we lost all 7.
Well,
even the finance of the DNC said it was a shock.
He answered that question today, and he said none of the public polling showed what their internal polling was showing. They knew that. It's not their fault that
Michael,
the news organization. Yeah.
They told us.
Lindy, you were on the. I'm interested, Lindy. You were on the call. You were on the call today. There was this call today with the campaign, and Harris was even on the call. What did they say? We heard on the podcast, but what did they say on this call? Did they accept any blame? Did they sort of talk about mistakes that were made?
No. No, none. No responsibility, no accounting, no postmortem, no
That's not retarded,
explanation.
man.
All they said was that she was a visionary leader, that the Biden-Harris administration was a tremendous success.
Right.
We didn't hear any sort of explanation for what exactly happened. This was not a squeaker of a race. This was not a close race. This is a serious shellacking. And we need to understand why the difference, the delta between the expectations and the reality was so significant. How are you ever going to expect anyone to ever donate or to believe in the Democratic Party again? We were sold a false bill of goods, and we need to know what happened. And I fear that all these consultants who made bank, who made hundreds of millions of dollars on these media buys, they're just going to fail upwards and go on to the next campaign. And meanwhile,
well, that's a whole other story. All the people who got rich off of this. I think that's a whole nother segment. I want to play another. Michael, hold on. I want to play another segment from the podcast that they were on, where they actually defended. Remember, Harris was on the Call Her Daddy podcast. It still has less than 1 million views, by the way. I checked right before the show. I think it's up to like 907,000 views. You compare that to Trump on Rogan, it's up to like 50 million. But they defended it. Listen to this.
I think that in a 107-day race, it is very difficult to do all the things you would normally do in a year and a half, 2 years. You know, the hurricane impacted 2 weeks of our ability to reach people, not just in North Carolina and Georgia, but all across the country. You know, we women don't get far in life talking about double standards, so that's not the point. But 2 weeks talking about how she didn't do interviews, which, you know, she was doing plenty, but we were doing in our own way. We would do an interview, and to Stephanie's point, the questions were small and processy and about like
dumb.
So she's talking about doing interviews, Michael. We know she went on Call Her Daddy. It came out that they spent 6 figures to build a set, a replica of the podcast set, because she couldn't go there for the podcast. I mean, does any of this stuff make you mad, Michael, or surprise you?
If I go through line by line, I'm sure there's going to be things that surprise me. However, nobody was raising these issues during the campaign. It's all the Monday morning quarterbacking that's happening after the campaign.
They didn't know.
And that is very typical of losing campaigns. It doesn't happen on winning campaigns.
They didn't know.
But the same kind of line by lines you can go through. You can go through on the Biden campaign.
What's this dude's problem? She's literally telling you how much they earned and how was spent. What's the big issue? Why are you pushing back on her?
And go through all of our spending, and you can second guess all those decisions too. You won't do that because we won. Now, it's very different in this campaign, and it's always different for losing campaigns. They're always held to a different standard, and maybe that's okay. We have the right to do that. But you know what? We also have another election in 4 years where we can find a new candidate.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point. Look, if the roles were reversed, we would be doing the same thing, going through exactly what Trump spent and what mistakes were made. Lindy and Michael, interesting conversation.
Interesting. Her neck looks completely different right there.
I appreciate you both for coming on tonight.
We didn't know about the expenses until after the election, so how could we possibly raise it? We didn't get the report until after the Monday morning.
But if she won, would anyone even care? Would anyone even be talking about it, though? I mean, it's a fair point, Michael. Okay, I want to bring in Bill O'Reilly now.
He's pissed because she fucking cooked his ass, and he's not happy about it.
Today, former VP nominee Tim Walz is set to finally address Democratic donors amid reports that the Harris campaign spent themselves into debt, leaving staffers high and dry.
Meanwhile, Trump's new super team is assembling and falling more into form by the day.
Senior White House correspondent Peter Doocy joins us live from the White House. Hey, Peter.
Good
morning. The Harris campaign remains in debt after the Harris-Walz ticket failed in November, and now...
All right. This was supposed to happen. I'll see you... Nah, fuck that. We'll keep moving. No, I have to.
support the current causes. I have empathy and manners. I got pronouns in my bio. Pray for countries in my banner. I can't wait to get my 7 shot. It's written in my planner. I don't use emojis. They appropriate those who are tanner. Wait a minute, you didn't post a black square for Black Lives Matter? If you don't wear a mask, that makes you an anti-masker. If you don't get the vax, that makes you an anti-vaxxer. If you don't watch Full House, that makes you anti-Danny Tanner. Wait, you don't listen to Nelly? You're anti-country grammar. You're Home Depot-ophobic. Why are you so anti-hammer? Maybe you're anti-ladder, anti-former, anti-ladder. Are you anti-Aaron Rodgers or just more like anti-Packer? You're a dude but won't wear makeup? Why are you so anti-glamour? You don't think Green Lives Matter? Why are you anti-Bruce Banner? You don't like the Rolling Stones? Wow, you're anti-Mick Jagger. If you're offended by my rhymes, that makes you anti-rapper. Call me racist, call me bigot, call me homophobe. All because I know the difference in your chromosomes. We living in a clown world, got the only hope. When these politicians puppets like Pinocchio. I'm so anti-everything, I'm so anti-everything. Yeah, I'm so anti-everything, I'm so anti-everything. I'm literally shaking right now, that is my slogan. Ivermectin is a horse drug for people like Joe Rogan. Fidel Castro is my hero, not that Nazi Ben Shapiro. We should all just stay inside until the carbon net is zero. I'm so anti-sound of freedom, anti-cop until I need them. Use minorities for virtue signaling, that's how I treat them. I'm so anti-Tesla, bro, plus I'm anti-gas and coal. Wait, but don't those two contradict each other? Well, yeah, I know, I'm so anti-chromosome, I'm so anti-Alex Jones. Trump was in the movie, so now I am anti-Home Alone. Voted Biden cause he said that he'd forgive my student loans. I think kids should be allowed to cut off their boobs and they Jones. I'm so anti-two genders, I'm so anti-Bruce Jenner. But wait, she's transgender, she goes against our agenda. She's a trans exclusionary radical feminist, which is a term we just made up but doesn't really exist. Call me racist, call me bigot, call me homophobe. All because I know the difference in your chromosomes. We living in a clown world, got the only hope. When these politicians puppets like Pinocchio. I'm so anti-everything, I'm so anti-everything. Yeah, I'm so anti-everything, I'm so anti-everything. Yeah.
I prefer dangerous freedom over peace.
Good theory. That's a good theory. Slave traders, remember? All right. So, every once in a while, I like to watch street interviews, especially when these street interviews troll people. And who is trolling? The Free Palestine. Because they're outside protesting at a Jewish school. It means it's kids, not the Palestinians, protesters.
Why are you talking about anti-Semitism when you're not Jewish?
Because I've been impacted by anti-Semitism.
Are you a Jew?
No, people think I am, and I've been called a fucking Jew and had someone threaten to kick my ass because they thought I was Jewish, so it's impacted me as well. We are not anti-Semitic. That's a lie.
So you've been affected by anti-Semitism because people mistaked you as a Jew?
Correct. Yeah.
Are you listening to yourself?
Yes.
Are you guys not scared? There was meant to be a massive protest here.
Why should we be scared of them? It's our home. They're scared. They cover their faces. They're scared to show that they're proud.
I've been for Rebel News in Melbourne, Australia, outside the Caulfield Synagogue, where Jews are gathering to protect the house of worship after anti-Israel protesters promised to intimidate locals. What brings you to Caulfield?
Boss.
Is there a reason why you're still wearing a mask in 2024, almost 2025? Let me ask you something. Do you think it was a good idea to come here to a synagogue to protest?
People, look at them, are protesting outside of a Jewish school. And what looks like was girls. Because I didn't remember seeing any boys in that picture.
I'm going to give you direction to move on, all
right? On what basis?
Just for your safety.
No, I'm here for a peaceful protest.
So peaceful.
How do you like people in your face? Right?
It's for your safety, buddy.
No, mate.
Don't come here.
You're not welcome here.
What would go through someone's head to think that it's a good idea to come to the heart of the Jewish community to protest Israel outside a synagogue, a place of worship?
I'm sorry.
You feel like a bit of an idiot now that you're here alone, none of your friends showed up, you're wearing a mask. I don't know what makes you look worse. The fact that you came to protest at a synagogue or that you're wearing a mask at the end of 2024. Seems like the only real genocide in 2024 is old mate's brain cells. Gone.
Yeah.
I've been told that I'm under arrest for refusing to move on order. Right?
Yeah, so. Would you support Jews rallying outside a mosque in support of Israel, waving Israeli flags? All right, mate. Have a good night. Stay safe. And check your white privilege, eh? Is that funny? There we go. We're getting somewhere. James, when was the last shower you had?
Also in Australia.
We've got to get to the real questions here at Rebel News. He smells. What about your white privilege was funny? Which part of that? Share the joke with the audience.
I want to know.
Europeans go to another country, they bulldoze the inhabitants out,
He's not
and then they
European.
talk about white privilege. It's amusing.
So how much of Israel is European? Do you know where I'm from? I'll give you a hint. My last name is Yemeni. And the majority of Israel don't come from Europe. But you wouldn't know that. You just repeat nonsense you see on TikTok. So Jews go back to Europe? All Jews, including Jews from Yemen? Or do you just want them to die silently? How you doing, guys? What brings you to the heart of the Jewish community?
Careful! Free Palestine!
So I just ask that you don't walk past me, all right?
Yeah, no, John. No, John.
I'm
part of media, it's fine.
full of people.
I don't really want you to upset.
Yeah, that's fine.
Got it?
So you don't want us to upset them. They've come to the Jewish
I
community
understand
to
that.
upset
We
the
just
Jews.
want to put a line in between you guys so that you don't do this, all right?
Palestine! It's not about Palestine!
But you're at a synagogue.
With the bubble.
Why did you come to a synagogue if it's not about Jews?
Free Palestine! War criminals in there.
How would you
There's
feel
war
if Jews
criminals
went
in
to a
there?
mosque?
Shame on you! Shame on you for conflating the two! Judaism!
What the fuck are these war criminals in the mosque?
Tell me, what do you know about Judaism? Come here. Ma'am, you know so much about Judaism.
Do you know about a genocide and killing kids, buddy?
What do I know? There's no genocide.
Oh, of course.
There's one in the United States.
Even the Hamas ministry doesn't even
326,000.
claim those numbers.
Free Palestine!
This is how deluded they are. They don't even believe the terrorists anymore. They've made up their own numbers, 750,000.
Free Palestine!
Have you ever been out of Australia?
So-called Australia.
It's
So-called
crazy
Australia.
because what is it all about? What are they against?
White colonizers like you.
There's no colonizer here. This is our land. Eretz HaKodesh is our land.
Are you saying you're not a European colonizer?
No, I'm not.
I don't believe it.
Couldn't have guessed it.
I don't believe it. You
Me
look like
neither.
a European colonizer to me.
I'm not. Of course I'm not.
Why are you talking about anti-Semitism when you're not Jewish?
Because I've been impacted by anti-Semitism.
Are you a Jew?
No, people think I am, and I've been called a fucking Jew and had someone threaten to kick my ass because they thought I was Jewish, so it's impacted me as well. We are not anti-Semitic.
What is shit that never happened for 1,000, Alex? Please, thank you. I think I fucking did that in reverse. I did it as a question, so technically it could have been.
That's a lie.
So you've been affected by anti-Semitism because people mistaked you as a Jew.
Correct.
I
Are you
never
listening
would
to
have
yourself?
thought you were a Jew.
Yes.
And why are you culturally appropriating the kafir?
I'm showing solidarity with Palestinians who've been genocided by Israel. More than 200,000 Palestinians and Lebanese have been killed by Israel with
Wait.
the help of the U.S.
When?
That one lady's sign said 750,000. Which number's correct?
You know since when?
200,000. Even Hamas doesn't say it.
I know, but the Lancet came out in June of this year saying 185,000 people have died from the war.
Why do you think they're so brainwashed?
I think the media. The media is basically bringing so much hatred in the world, and people are just basically watching the news, and they don't actually seek the truth. There's no genocide. It's all a lie. It's fake.
Why do you feel like you could talk on behalf of Jews?
Pardon?
Why do you feel like you could talk on behalf of
I was invited by a Jewish comrade to speak.
Isn't it funny that you guys keep claiming that you have Jewish comrades, yet they're never here?
Because her life was threatened. Someone threatened to run over her with a car.
Isn't that convenient that suddenly No Jews are here. It's just a bunch of anti-Semites.
No Jews are here.
Bring the Jews out.
Fuck you. I don't have to bring anyone in front of your face. Why don't you get the fuck out of my face?
Why are you such an anti-Semite?
I'm not an anti-Semite.
Were you born with that hate for Jews? You have Jewish friends.
So sad.
Did you say you have Jewish friends?
4 inches taller, you probably wouldn't be such a sad little cunt.
What do you know about Palestine? One thing you know. Anything? You don't know anything?
What was you, mate?
What do you know? What's the capital of Palestine?
Hey, free Palestine.
Who's the president of the Palestinian people?
Free Palestine.
What year was Palestine a state?
Free Palestine.
Nothing, huh? Just chance. The ignorance of this law is so telling. They don't know the first thing about Israel or Palestine. They couldn't tell you anything. They couldn't point to it on a map.
Palestine will be free.
What river, what sea? You make up numbers, so you probably can make up the river and sea.
We don't need to pass your history exam, your map exam, wiggle, man. We don't need to do it.
Why are you covering your face?
Go talk to someone else, mate. We're not after a conversation with you.
You're not after having a conversation? You've come here. You've come to the heart of the Jewish community and you don't want to talk?
From Nam to Gaza, long live the Intifada!
Long live the Intifada!
So you're calling for intifada?
Long live the Intifada!
Do you know what intifada is? You're calling for terrorism in the heart of the Jewish community.
They're doing that right
The
now.
face of the tolerant left travel from the northern suburbs to protest outside a synagogue against Jews. Why are you wearing gloves? Why have you got goggles? Why are you wearing a mask? Are you Palestinian? Why are you wearing a keffiyeh?
Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
It looks like these people are hey, look at me type of people, but at the
Put
same
on your
time,
mask.
why cover your face?
You don't want to catch COVID? Where did you come from?
Where do I come from?
Where are you from?
You make me uncomfortable.
Are you uncomfortable?
Can you please go away?
You prefer Hamas?
You make me uncomfortable.
You like Hamas?
I'm feeling uncomfortable.
Hamas, do they
Yeah, you're
treat
trying a
women
little
well?
They're coming, go away.
Hamas.
To the sea!
Cover your head.
We'll all be free, Habibi! We'll all be free, inshallah!
Your Arabic sounds very authentic. Your friend says that you're lying about the numbers. Your friend says it's not 750,000 people. Should we fix it, or is she an idiot who doesn't know the facts?
From 2014,
She said from October 7.
6,000.
She said 750 from October 7. Why are you arguing? Numbers change. Facts change with you guys, don't they? So how many are dead? Because I'm confused. One friend says 750,000. She says 20,000.
There's a special place in the hate for people like you. Yeah.
Like, who's people like me? Who?
Also, you want that question.
Who? Jews?
You want that question.
Jews? What?
They're probably complaining about it now.
We're being asked nicely to move back. Come round here. I think they're probably going to move in. And they're going to
Uh-oh.
shut them down.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
So Victoria Police now moving on. The protesters who travelled from the northern suburbs to the heart of the Jewish community to harass Jews outside a synagogue.
I get this. I said both sides are just as guilty. Palestinians not so much as Hamas. I lost my train of thought. Fuck.
Well, my daughter's got bombs falling on her house. What the hell are you going to call me a genocider? My daughter lives in the civilian area. What about your genocider?
It's only going to get worse, so let's go.
No words.
Look, I'm fine here. Let's go, mate.
Didn't you get a move on order?
Thanks, Harvey. Move on, please leave.
So do you want to answer me now? How would you feel that if Jews went to a mosque?
Do what you want, mate.
So you're okay with that?
No, I'm saying, right.
I'm asking, are you cool with it, or do you have a double standard?
No, I don't.
Okay, you're getting an official direction to move on because I believe your presence here is causing a breach of the peace.
Right, they're causing a breach of
Yes,
the peace.
I know.
Right.
If you refuse to move on, you'll be committing an offence. You'll get arrested for that offence.
Right, what's the offence?
Okay. Failure to move on.
Right, under which act?
Under which act?
Yeah.
Mate.
He was already arrested. He was already arrested.
Was that you? Yes. All right, mate.
Oh,
You're under
shit.
arrest. Failure to move on.
Snitches get stitches.
Mate, let go easy.
What's your name?
James.
James who?
Crafty.
James Crafty?
Yeah.
See you later, James. James, just so you know, that arrest is more real than the genocide. Would you go to a mosque and protest in solidarity with Israel?
We have no interest in going towards them. They're just coming to us.
The fact that police made us stay back and not move them in our own suburb, this is a Jewish area, if we went to the Arab area, would be kicked out, if not injured and stuff.
It took way too
Disgusting.
long. All we just wanted some common decency and some respect, and it's just absolutely disgusting.
What are you all so happy about? Why are you dancing so hard?
We love Israel. The Jews are coming.
All right. There's a bunch of them talking to these girls and boys. So moving on to this next video is kind of weird, right? What I'm gonna say, this is what's going on inside my head most of the time, and it's really weird.
Hey, the shirt, wash the shirt, stupid. Okay.
They all look the same. Okay.
Take a big step back
Uh-huh.
and literally fuck your own face.
Okay.
Now, I don't know what kind of pan-Pacific bullshit power play you're trying to pull here, but Asia, Jack, is my territory. So whatever you're thinking, you better think again. Otherwise, I'm
Right.
gonna have to head down there, and I will rain down on a godly fucking firestorm upon you. You're gonna have to call the fucking United Nations and get a fucking binding resolution to keep me from
Good-looking guys here,
destroying
though.
you. I am talking scorched earth, motherfucker. I will massacre you. I will fuck.
No music break. All right.
Spring News Nation's Nancy.
Go on to the news. Ugh. So this weird thing is Ozempic. I realize it's being misused because originally it was for diabetic patients. Same with Wachovia and all that shit. But what Joe Biden wants to do, I'm guessing right before he leaves, is make insurance pay for it. I'm sorry, Medicare and Medicaid pay for it. With Ozempic for a weight loss, I don't think it's covered under insurance. I really don't. It shouldn't be.
Lou, live in LA. Nancy, he has been highly critical of Ozempic in the past. What is RFK Jr. saying about it now?
Well, Nicole, we have reached out, and so far no response yet from the HHS nominee on the new Biden proposal. But RFK Jr.'s feelings about Ozempic and similar weight loss drugs are no secret. In leading HHS, RFK has indicated he would work to limit access to Ozempic, quite the opposite of what the outgoing administration is now proposing. And he's previously accused the drug maker of counting on selling it to Americans because, quote, we're so stupid. In recent testimony, RFK expressed that far cheaper and healthier results could be had through dietary and behavioral changes. Take a listen.
For half the price of Ozempic, we could purchase regeneratively raised organic agriculture, or organic food for every American, 3 meals a day, and gym membership for every obese American.
Drug maker
You say
Novo
free
Nordisk
gym
is
membership?
based in Denmark.
Define
and
obese.
Kennedy has
Because medically, I might be obese. I mean, physically, I don't look like it. Medically, can I get that free gym? Oh, wait, I have a free gym membership. It's on post.
has claimed that Ozempic is not marketed for diabetes and obesity there. that is not the case. However, as numerous reports and studies have pointed out, Europeans pay far less for Ozempic and similar drugs than Americans. In Denmark, Ozempic typically costs about $100 a month, but here in America, many patients paying well over $1,000 a month. Novo claims that markup is due to the U.S. healthcare system and pricing strategies that.
And according to my kid who works at a pharmacy, it's always on back order. And when it does come in, it's like a limited amount. And the people are always complaining, I need my Ozempic. I need my Ozempic. The fuck out of here.
they have no control over. Nicole?
Yeah, Nancy, lots of money involved here. How much of an impact could this Biden proposal have?
Yeah, that's considered obese as well.
Significant, according to
medical. I'm only supposed to weigh 170, 173. I'm kind of over it by 10, 15 pounds, but still, that's considered obese. I'm all for it. You sure it's maybe I was at 150. I'd have to go check. I'm pretty sure I was supposed to go.
Outgoing HHS Secretary Xavier Becerra, the proposed change could qualify millions more for coverage. That's if they are considered obese, have diabetes, or at risk of stroke or heart disease. The Biden administration change of recognizing obesity as a disease could mean coverage for an additional $3.5 million on Medicare and $4 million on Medicaid. But the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services warns the qualification number could actually be far higher. The agency estimates that roughly 28 million people on Medicaid alone are considered obese. Now, current rules allow for coverage of Ozempic, Wegovy, similar drugs for treatment of diabetes, but no.
I'm fucked. Because my ideal weight is 121 to 164. I'm really fucked. I'm 20-something pounds overweight. Wow. Dude, I haven't weighed that much since I joined the Army back in 99. Holy shit.
Obesity. Nicole?
But not obesity. All right, Nancy Liu live there in LA. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Go to join and...
No. Thanks for providing us with information. Have you tried peanut butter? Oh, let me get back out of that, sorry. So, this is another thing when I was originally talking about Tim Walz and his late-term abortions. Well, apparently that's where the big money's at. And I didn't realize that. I don't know if it was this one or another one, but they love the late-term abortions because they can use the organs and shit for, well, immunizations, makeup, drinking the blood. Oh, I can't. Can I say that, YouTube? Allegedly.
Vinny, you have a story with Planned Parenthood.
Oh, man.
Tell us what's going on there.
Okay, so, and Rob, I sent you this. So, Planned Parenthood was selling viable, healthy, aborted babies who could have survived outside the womb to the University of California for experience. So, and Rob has this story, Rob. I think I slacked it to you. And in their contract, it states that they own the intellectual property rights and the patent rights developed in experiments done by the body parts. Okay, so Planned Parenthood and the University of California, San Diego, reportedly negotiated fetal tissue donations for research. Emails and a 2018 research plan revealed that they wanted up to 2,500 fetuses ranging from 4 to 23 weeks gestational age, which is almost 6 months, by the way. Now, donating fetal tissue is legal, but selling them isn't. So why is there a contract that gives Planned Parenthood the property rights over the tissue? I think that's kind of weird. And then Planned Parenthood claims that this is all done under the highest ethical standards. But how is it ethical to negotiate the fate of an unborn child if it's a commodity? It's all transactional, Tom. So And then add to that the allegations of racial disparities. The Spanish consent, look how racist this is. The Spanish consent forms failed to disclose the same commercial value details as the English one. So basically, if you spoke English, you got the full story. They're going to make money. They're going to, if they get the...
So the Spanish ones make more money? Think about that. Another reason for illegals to come across the border. Maybe, maybe not.
The patents, they make money, but including the fact that the tissue could have commercial value. But if you spoke Spanish, they left that part out, which is freaking racist. And they say, oh, it's not profit. But then why does it's in the stipulation in the contract? Valuable consideration is in the contract. So if you're receiving taxpayer dollars and operating, this is a gray zone, and I think we need answers. So Senator Mark Rubio recently called for a federal investigation into the Parenthood based on these findings. So I think it's like unbelievable, Pat, that this is in conjunction, Planned Parenthood, with the UC San Diego. They were in contract saying, by the way, these babies can survive outside the womb. And I don't know, Pat, it was Tico who told me about this thing where they put these the forceps inside and the baby's moving because it knows about the pain of this thing that's coming. Tom, you've heard about this before. Mm-hmm. So what do you think, Tom? Because this is, by the way, this is all factual. This is factual. They were selling babies for contract, and they were basically saying if we take this fetus, 6 months old, that could survive, okay, totally healthy baby, we take it and we come up with the patent. You can't. It's just, we're taking all the money. That's the Planned Parenthood UC San Diego contract that they had, and this is all factual. And at least this is 2 months ago, I think. Marco Rubio, love him or hate him, he's actually standing up to this because it's ridiculous.
Tom. Well, look, we know two things. Number one is that you can donate your body to science when you pass away. And if you pass away without cancer or poisoning or things like that, your organs can be harvested. You can elect, like right on your driver's license, you could say, I'm an organ donor. And your corneas, your kidneys and things can go to, or even your heart can go to somebody that needs it. So medical research and donating organs has been gone on for a long time. And sometimes it's an amazing thing. And you see these stories of people that hear a recording of their loved one's heart beating in the chest of a person that received the heart after their loved one died. So all of that's been going on. And now it extends to using the tissue from aborted babies for research as well. The second thing is we need to understand is that abortion is not just a political topic. It's an industry. It's billions of dollars of profit and billions of dollars of federal dollars that are given to Planned Parenthood that conducts the abortions, and then they take the tissue and they profit and use it for research purposes. And so you've gone from the noble act of when you got your driver's license and saying, I'm willing to be an organ donor. Remember that? And they used to put like a dot or something
green
on your driver's
sticker or whatever it was, yes.
Yeah. And so that's noble of you to do it, to try to help somebody after. You take all of that and medical research. Would you like to donate your body to science so we could do research on the walls of your heart and things like that to see how things gone? Or, you know, when you're Alzheimer patient passes away, says, can we, or a professional football player, they want to do research on Alzheimer's, dementia,
CTE.
and CTE. Exactly right. All noble. But on the other side of it, there's this
I kind of like to know what my brain will look like.
And I'm just speaking logically of it because I'll get emotional the other ways. We have to remember, abortion has become an industry. It's not just a moral issue. It's become an industry.
Just like
and to bring the morality back, you're having to fight an industry and Planned Parenthood and getting money from the government and look at the addresses and look where they put their clinics and how they over-index and have created a genocide against African Americans. And it is a genocide. Never been more than 17% of the population. They're usually 40% of the abortions. Wow. How did that happen?
Weird.
And so this is just more what you're pointing out of the disgusting industry that if America knew the truth, and if America, Rob, I think the name of the movie was Silent Scream, that was suppressed.
That's what it was.
Because they were able to show that at a certain age, the baby, and I'm not going to use any of the medical terminology because they use that to make the baby seem like something else. Oh, it's just tissue. No, it is a living human being, feels the pain of being murdered in the womb.
And that's what Tico, not to cut you off, but that's what Tico was telling me about. He's like, Uncle Vinny, do you know about this silent scream? And I didn't know what he's talking about. He's like, even when they put the forceps in there, the baby's trying to move away because it knows that the pain is coming. So, and Tom, great point, because if we don't value the life in the womb, then how can we value it anywhere else? And the pro-choice people are like, oh, it's only tissue. No,
Definitely not.
23 weeks, that long, it has a heartbeat and it's feeling pain. You know what I mean? And now you're going in there, you're not only killing it and it's excruciating pain, then you're selling it and you're making money off of it.
You know what book he's reading right now?
Which one?
Thomas Sowell's book.
That's what I just bought because of him.
Yeah, that book is a revolution. Everybody needs to read this.
The Reader.
The Reader. That's what he just finished the book.
Just
Let me give a couple thoughts here
please.
on the Planned Parenthood. We got to wrap up because I got to head to the house. I got a meeting. So and data comes out. By the way, yeah, that one right there. So data comes out. Rob, can you go to that Wall Street Journal story? So Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, the Doge, plan to reform the government, right, following the Supreme Court. If you can press Control F in there, Rob, and type in Planned Parenthood, right, to watch that. So go a little bit higher so I can read that paragraph. That's fine right there. I'm going to focus on delivering cost savings. Skeptics questions how federal spending, Doge, can tame through executive actions. They point to a 1979 Control Act, which stops the president from seizing expenditure authorized by Congress. Mr. Trump has previously suggested that the statute is unconstitutional, and we believe the current Supreme Court would likely side with him on this question. But even without relying on this view, Doge will help end federal overspending by taking aim at the $500 billion in annual federal expenditures that are unauthorized by Congress or being used in ways that Congress never intended. The $535 million a year corporation for public broadcasting, which they're talking about. Is it Voice America? Or is it not Voice America? What's the other one that? Is it PBS? PBS, right?
Promoting their view.
That's right. The PBS and the $1.5 billion for grants international organization to nearly $300 million to progressive groups like Planned Parenthood. So that story is there. Then Insider writes the story reacting to this. Planned Parenthood says it's seen a 1,200% spike in vasectomies appointments as Musk's Doge targets its cuts. The 1,200% increase in vasectomy, 760% rise in IU.
Honestly, is these guys getting vasectomies a bad thing? Think about it. They can't have kids. And if these liberal women want kids, well, you're fucked. Now you have to grow your hair back. You have to lose weight. And you can finally change your views and be a Republican and get a husband. If you're a legit woman on the left, I'm just saying. I'm not going to misgender you guys, but in real world, science, weird science.
UD's appointments following Trump's re-election amid fears of funding cuts. CEO Alexis McGill Johnson criticized Musk and Vivek, heads of Trump's proposed Doge, calling them unqualified fanboys and agents of chaos for targeting the organization and the federal budget trimming plans, which aims to cut $300 million of Planned Parenthood. Musk and Ramaswamy argue in the op-ed that the federal spending, the $1.5 billion, you get the idea where that's going. So there is a lot of moving parts here. This is not a good season for Planned Parenthood. They're sitting around saying, wait a minute, these guys are probably going to come after us, and what does that look like? Is it going to be done? Where else are they going to get their funding from? Is it going to be 4 years of no funding? What could happen? Anything is possible right now with what these guys are trying to cut. But yes, it's exciting that you have two people that their number one job is to come and cut expenses. And they're both entrepreneurs. If there's anything entrepreneurs know how to do successfully, those who eventually make it successful, is cut expense. Musk went to Twitter, 7,500 employees, fired 3,750, 1,250 decided to leave because they thought they were next. he ended up with 2,250 employees. That happened within a week or two of him buying Twitter.
And X still worked for the rest of us.
And not only works better, it's the number one downloaded app right now. It's the number one downloaded app right now. Adam,
48-49, right? Partisan, Republicans,
right down the
Democrats.
middle.
I have a whole thing on Doge. I'll use it on another segment because I've actually been doing a lot of research on what they're doing. I mean, everyone's sort of excited of what this upcoming administration is. They're sort of the super team they're putting together. I'm most excited about this DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency. Their task is to cut $2 trillion from the federal deficit. So I don't know how long they're going to do that in, how long they're going to take. We discussed this on a previous podcast. What's mandatory, what's discretionary, what is basically fixed, what's baked in the cake. I'm excited to see what budget cuts they're going to make, and it sounds like Planned Parenthood is going to be a big part of that.
The last hat we had, the 1 out of 500.
Now, hopefully at Planned Parenthood, I get Planned Parenthood does more than just abortions. Do people know that? I get it. They're getting money per abortion. They're making money because they're reselling it. But why don't they, teach them how not to get pregnant? Well, I guess they are if they're giving out vasectomies. Boom! Ooh! I think I saw this on Gomez's page yesterday. And we want to get around to, federal agents get a lot of, pushback, for things like, crises, creating mass shooter events, allegedly, creating a hostile protest, allegedly, inciting an insurrection, allegedly. So, I really don't like federal agents, federal police. And here's another reason to dislike federal police, especially in Maryland.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. I'm Officer Carlos Cortez, and I am a Public Information Officer with the Montgomery County Police Department. During this news conference, we're going to be sharing with you information about the arrest of an FBI special agent. Our speaker for today is Assistant Chief Nicholas Augustine, who is in charge of the operations of our Investigative Services Bureau. The spelling of his name is Nicholas, Nicholas, last name Augustine, Augustine. At the end of the news conference, we're going to be taking questions for about 10 minutes regarding only on the charges this special agent is facing today. Thank you.
Good morning, and I appreciate everyone being here today as we are asking for your assistance to help identify additional victims that may have been sexually assaulted in Montgomery County. Yesterday afternoon, Montgomery County Police took into custody Eduardo Valdivia, age 40, who resides in Gaithersburg, Maryland. Mr. Valdivia is currently employed as a supervisory special agent with the Federal Bureau of Investigations. He has been charged with 2 counts of second-degree rape, 4 counts of fourth-degree sexual contact, and 4 counts of second-degree assault. Mr. Valdivia is currently being held on a no-bond status and will have a bond review later today. These charges stem from conduct beginning in February 2024, with contact made to victims through Instagram page under the name of DC Fine Line Tattoos. We've identified 2 victims as of this moment. One of the victims was offered a free tattoo in exchange to model the artwork. The victim went to the tattoo studio located on Washingtonian Boulevard in Gaithersburg, Maryland, and met with a person named Lalo Brown. Lalo Brown was later identified through investigation as Mr. Valdivia. After the tattoo was complete, Valdivia offered to help the victim get work as a model, and she would receive additional information by email. The victim received an email offering her to do a test photo shoot and interview. The victim returned to the studio at a later date and was presented with a modeling contract. During the photo shoot, the victim was sexually assaulted by Valdivia. After this assault, the victim was coerced and threatened with legal action if she did not return to comply with the contract. Concerned with the legal ramifications, the victim returned for a modeling shoot approximately 2 weeks later at the Courtyard of Marriott located in Gaithersburg. The victim stated she did not want to participate in the
Yeah.
During this shoot, by the name of El Boogie. The victim received an email offering the modeling photo shoot and that she would meet a photographer by the name of El Boogie. When she arrived to the photo shoot, she was met by Valdivia. She was presented with a contract to sign and told Valdivia that she did not want to do anything sexual in nature. During this photo shoot, this victim was sexually assaulted. Several modeling photos have been seen on 2 Instagram accounts, the first being DC Fine Line Tattoos, and the second Exterior Models on Instagram. We are asking for anyone that had prior engagement or business with DC Fine Line Tattoos, Valdivia, who often use the name Lalo Brown, and El Boogie, to contact the Montgomery County Police Special Victims Investigations Division at 2.
Yo, he got that name from the Cleveland show.
240-773-5050. We are committed to investigating every allegation of sexual assault, supporting the victims of assault, and reducing re-traumatization of these victims. I would like to thank the victims that did come forward that have now stopped this contact going on in our community and being brave to come forward to notify the police about what was going on, which most likely saved many other people from being victimized. To thank the detectives that have been working on this case for now over 3 weeks, that have gathered evidence and ultimately led to the arrest of Mr. Valdivia yesterday. And to our media that's here today for sending our message out, so hopefully we can locate other victims if they do exist and hold those accountable that have committed these acts and hopefully reduce the victimization in our community. I'll be available to take some questions that you may have.
Yes. All right. So we're gonna have the mic. You guys gonna have the mic. We have an audience online that are listening to us. So we just ask you to please raise your hand. And Deegan over here, our PIO Deegan, is going to come around with the microphone, so our online and community who is watching us online can hear the questions. Thank you so much.
Cool. About time.
Who has a question?
Hi, Paul Wagner with WC4. Online for this court it says for the warrant that I can see online. It says that the incidents happened in early September and mid-September. But you said February. So did the alleged scheme begin in February and the incidents happened in September? And I have a follow-up question.
Sure. So we talk about the first victim that came forward. The second victim we have located actually occurred before the first victim's time frame. So the first victim that came forward, her incidents began in August. The second victim that came forward, their initial contact started in February. So she was actually sexually assaulted first before we were notified of the second victim.
So you believe that this alleged scheme is going on from February until September?
At least since February is the earliest date we have so far.
Gotta be more.
It could have started with other victims before that, but we were notified of this incident in late October, and that's when we began our investigation.
And
it's gotta be
was
more.
the agent
You offer, young adult a free tattoo. Who's gonna say no?
the one who actually gave the tattoo, and was he on duty at the time?
So he's the one that actually gave the tattoo, but these incidents occurred in the late hours of the day as well as on the weekend. I'm not familiar with his work schedule, but these did happen the late night and on the weekend hours.
Mike Kunzelman from the Associated Press. Do you have any indication whether he operated a legitimate tattoo business or modeling business, or is this somehow a front to access victims?
Good question.
So he did lease space at this at the location on Washingtonian Boulevard. There is no licensing procedure for tattoo artists to have a certain license to do tattooing. So he did have a business that was located in these suites on Washingtonian Boulevard. And for this period of time, we don't know how long the business had been open, but he has been doing tattoos at least since February, we can tell.
Is it still open?
Thank you. Fort Fisher from News to Share. My question is there any indication that this agent's status as an agent or authority as an agent had any impact or involvement in the crime that you're alleging?
All right. So to our knowledge, our victims did not know of his employment status as an FBI agent, nor either knew his true real identity. So that is why we do present those two other names out today, because they do not know him as Mr. Valdivia. They know him under Lalo Brown or El Boogie.
Hello, thanks for taking questions. Did the victims know each other at all, or was this all just kind of randomly through social media that they all kind of came in contact with each other?
They did not know each other directly. Through getting information and looking at the Instagram pages, they were able to identify each other and had associates in common, and began talking. And that's why we're trying to bring this forward today, is have people talk about this conversation. Those that have went there and even got a tattoo and understand the circumstances, even if they were not sexually assaulted, we want to hear from them, to hear about what happened while they were getting tattooed, if they were offered to do any modeling, so we can understand the situation.
You're asking victims to go forward, but do you already have any views that there's reason to believe that there are other victims beyond the fact that he was apparently doing this more than once?
So we just have the two victims at this time. We don't have any particular things saying there is other victims, but we want to ensure, if there is, that they do come forward, because in these two instances, these victims felt they were held back because they signed a contract to do this type of work and did not come forward about that because of whatever was in the contract at the time. So we want the community to know that no matter if you sign a contract, that does not allow for you to be sexually assaulted. And we want the victim to come forward, whether they sign something that says confidentiality or anything like that, to come forward, tell us about it, so we can help them and provide closure to them.
Thank you. Kate Ryan, WTOP. Is there any indication that he was targeting a particular demographic, either age of, a lot of young people get into modeling as early as their teens?
But it sounds like casting couch.
Was the language an issue at all?
Yeah, we don't see any language issues. Both of our victims were in their 20s. Again, all the original contact was coming through the Instagram site. So as our victims interacted with the Instagram site, whether by following or liking something, he would then, or this Instagram page would then reach out to them and offer them the opportunity for a tattoo or modeling services.
Hi, that was loud, sorry. I'm Ashlyn Campbell, I'm with Moco 360. Did you guys arrest him, and if so, where, or did he turn himself in?
He was arrested yesterday by our officers in Greenbelt.
Yes. First.
And can you clarify
You can step back a little bit.
clarify the actual sexual assaults, that one took place in the tattoo parlor and the other one took place in a suite at the hotel, is that correct?
So for one of our victims, it occurred in the tattoo studio, which is pretty close to the courtyard of Marriott, and the second assault took place in the courtyard of Marriott. For our other victim, they were assaulted at the tattoo studio located on Washingtonian Boulevard.
It's fucking nuts, right? A goddamn federal agent. Who would have thought, let's put a federal agent, supervisor federal agent of all things. What was his expertise? His role at the FBI, besides being a supervisor? Anybody? No, I'm going to check into it more.
To the worst, President Joe Biden.
Well,
for 24 years and
from a secret service, a special agent with the FBI, to sex traffickers and NGOs. Something I've been talking about for a while that seemed to pick up speed in the past 4 or 5 months.
I appreciate the opportunity to speak about the evil of child trafficking caused by the open border policies under President Joe Biden and his administration. I served in the United States Border Patrol for 24 years until I retired as a deputy patrol agent in charge in San Diego sector. I worked under 5 presidential administrations, and only one president secured the border, President Donald Trump. Border Patrol agents went from working and being supported by the greatest border president in American history to the worst, President Joe Biden. My last year in the Border Patrol was Joe Biden's first year in office. On his first day in office, I watched in disbelief as 94 executive orders cascaded down from Washington, D.C., obliterating every immigration policy that had been provided the most secure border in America's history. Border Patrol agents were forced to carry out unconstitutional orders that violated every law in the Immigration Nationality Act. President Biden, through Department of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas, created policy out of thin air, ignored federal immigration law, and facilitated the largest mass invasion into America that the world has ever seen. The United States of America will have spent hundreds of billions of dollars in 4 years to fund the needs of over 50 million illegal aliens that populate our nation. Between 1 in 6 and 1 in 7 residents in America is an illegal alien. America has suffered the greatest demographic shift in modern history. After serving in the United States Border Patrol for 24 years, spending a year researching and writing a best-selling book entitled Invaded, The Intentional Destruction of the American Immigration System, and filming 2 documentaries, I state with complete certainty that Biden, Harris, and Mayorkas intentionally, strategically, and purposely weaponized illegal immigration and used it as a tool to fundamentally transform America. Inside this invasion, the unspoken evil of child trafficking, and more specifically, child sex trafficking, has flourished. At the end of this current administration, the number of children trafficked will have grown to over 550,000 unaccompanied alien children known as UACs. This horrific number of children will have been arrested, released into America, and then lost. To put this into context, during President Trump's last year in office, Customs and Border Protection arrested 30,557 UACs who were accounted for and not lost. Conversely, in the first year of Biden's presidency, CBP arrested 147,975 UACs, most of which are unaccompanied for and lost. In 2023, Congressional Hearings, Health and Human Services, Javier Becerra, and Director of Office of Refugee Resettlement, Robin Marcos, forced to admit that their agency had no contact with over 85,000 UACs. They were lost. What did DHS, HHS, and ORR do to correct this humanitarian disaster? Nothing. In fact, all 3 agencies created further policies and procedures to increase the efficiency of moving UACs from the border to the interior of the United States to unknown and unvetted sponsors. Unaccompanied alien children were being handed off to total strangers. Then they disappeared into the darkness of labor and sex trafficking. In fact, a year later, in August of 2024, the Inspector General, with oversight over DHS, issued a report stating the number lost UACs was not 85,000, it was over 320,000.
Right.
My business partner, Ryan Matt, and I spent 6 months traveling across America, filming a documentary titled, What is Treason Trafficked? The evil of child sex trafficking is difficult to digest and understand. However, after conducting numerous interviews with officers, agents, and whistleblowers from every alphabet agency and department, it was made clear to us that the federal government knowingly and actively facilitated these criminal acts. After several exhaustive months of filming, interviewing, and then editing this documentary, I state without reservation that the United States federal government is the world's largest child sex trafficking organization in modern history. The probability that thousands of these UACs are being raped at this very moment is 100%. The call to action has 3 parts, my call to action, and they're swift, and they happen at the same time. Every means necessary to be taken to ensure all 4 borders of the United States of America are sealed shut. 2, there's a law enforcement a national law enforcement emergency to locate and rescue every single one of the 550,000 unaccompanied alien children that are lost. 3, a full-scale investigation of every U.S. department, agency, and every NGO participating.
500,000 kids missing. Where's the outrage for that? There is none. That's a number they don't want to pay attention to. Because all they want, people have a right to exist. They do have a right to exist, where they're from. But when they're coming over here and 500,000 kids just disappear, something to worry about.
In this criminal act shall be launched, and every person involved shall be arrested. Finally, the intentional opening of our borders is an act of treason.
That historically the cartels would bring their product, human beings and drugs, to the southern border. It'd be some level of interaction by CBP, by federal law enforcement, state and local law enforcement, and then unaccompanied children would be processed through HHS and turned over to non-government organizations, where they would be turned over to family sponsors, either family or non-family, but sponsors that were vetted in some manner. This is a memorandum of understanding that operated for a long time. It was quite significant between the Office of Refugee Resettlement and the United States Department of Health and Human Services.
That's crazy. I don't know if it's just because he wanted a random folder, but anytime we had something that was secret or top secret, it came in a red folder or red envelope. Same thing.
Process by which unaccompanied children were delivered to sponsors that were vetted. Because of the volume of children that were coming across in the last 4 years, and a part of that, the HHS and DHS joint statement of termination of this agreement, and this is from March of 2021, my brothers and sisters. This was a policy decision to step away from the strict means by which these children were monitored and controlled. And what it was replaced with was this sponsor care agreement. There's nothing to this. It's 3.5 pages, 2 pages of nothing that the criminal networks can easily take advantage of. So we have now delivered hundreds of thousands of unaccompanied children to unvetted sponsors that have enslaved them across our country. Ms. Hopper, you have done some brilliant research on the connection between trafficking, human trafficking, south of the border, and as it networks into our country. Please expound upon what I've been discussing today.
Thank you, Chairman Higgins. You're correct. The terrorists, the cartels, sorry, the terms are interchangeable to me. They do know our policies and the 94 actions that were rescinded upon the new current administration coming in. And they actually do use our programs and the manner in which we process unaccompanied children against us. They actually use Border Patrol and refer to them as migrant Uber. They know once migrants cross the border, it's one phone call away, the Border Patrol picks them up and processes them, and then they know to write the number and name of the sponsor.
So, Mr. Carroll, we're hearing some amazing things today. Children being sacrificed to harvest organs. Of course, somebody said they don't, Mr. Ivey said he's not so sure about that. You got the amazing 8-year-old with sexually transmitted diseases, 12-year-old 9 months pregnant. My colleagues on the minority are very concerned, though.
STDs at 8. Pregnant at 12. 9 months pregnant at 12. Some things that sound strange might be more realistic than you think.
About your language. What do you think of that?
I find it fascinating and interesting that after hearing about all this testimony, and right now, thousands of children are being raped. That's just statistical probability, 100%. Children are being murdered, and I'm going to quote President Trump when he said, a lot of these children are already dead, end quote. What I find fascinating is all of this that we got to talk about, all this tragedy that we're dealing with. And we want to talk about what I said about Speaker Johnson in a podcast that I don't even remember. I think maybe it goes back to the congressman. Would he like to ask me a question that has any relevance to helping secure these children? And then you go back further, sir. The reason why we are in this position is because we destroyed the border, not just the southern border, the northern border, and both coastlines. This is a tragedy, and it is treason, because this is not bad policy or bad mistakes or somebody's incompetent. This is intentional. So when you do intentional acts against your nation, that is treason. I'd be glad to talk about Speaker Johnson and him funding NGOs to the hilt. I would love to talk about that as well.
Ms. Hopper, I sat in another briefing on this subject, and one of the witnesses there, a libertarian guy, as I recall, sort of said, these people that have all gone off grid, the people that ORR can't contact, that it's not, there's no problem. They don't want to, they sort of live, they don't want to have contact with official sources, but they're fine. I find that to be amazing, but can you respond to that? I mean, you've seen a fair number of things, it sounds like.
So if American citizens can't deflect from agencies like CPS and just respond and say, oh, these children are fine, you don't need to do a home check or foster care checks or welfare checks on American citizens, and you don't take American citizens' words that the children are fine, why would you take the word of a sponsor who you don't know, don't have accurate background records, and if they are an illegal migrant, many background checks haven't been done on them. So we are handing kids over to known MS-13 members and known pedophiles. So I'm sorry, I'm not willing to take someone's word that the child is okay.
Mr. Carroll,
She actually made
anybody
a
else would like to answer this, can you?
CPS will fuck with a American family nonstop, but apparently, if it's a migrant family, it's okay. We don't believe the allegations. We believe the kids are here. We don't need to see them. No big deal. We'll just give you a phone call and you just verify.
Name some of these NGOs that have specifically taken these hundreds of millions of dollars and not used it to protect these children?
Catholic Charities, Lutheran Family Services, Jewish Family Services. I spoke to a gentleman that works in DHS. He actually sends the electronic fund transfers, and I asked him, sir, tell me, who do you send, who are you responsible for, and how much is the largest check you cut? He said, I'm over Jewish Family Services, and I cut a check for $600 million. And I said, is that for like 3 years? And he told me, JJ, get in the game. That's 2 or 3 months, and it's renewable. That's one NGO. And I said, well, Catholic Charities is bigger than Jewish Family Services. Yes, they get the same or more. You're talking about billions upon billions of dollars given to NGOs to further the trafficking of everyone crossing the border, to include children.
Yo, that's fucking insane. $500 million.
We've identified two.
I really don't understand how people can be okay with the fact that we have 500,000 unaccompanied minors that no one knows where they're at. You know, I was under the impression that it was 326,000, but I wonder where that guy got his info. I mean, congressional hearing, so he had to get it from somewhere official. 500,000 minors missing. That's not including the Americans. This is just illegal immigrants. brought here under false pretenses. And it all kind of makes sense when you think about the elite class and their love and use of minors in business. Right, George H.W. Bush? All right, we've talked about congressional hearings. We talked about a sexual predator in the FBI. We talked about a principal and her 2 employees. Well, let's talk. Oh, never mind. That's the same one.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I think this might be the last one. Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Now that all the serious stuff is, you know how Charlie Kirk does his little campus reform or campus debates? Well, Charlie Kirk, no relation, is out at campuses doing the same thing. Let's just say, may or may not be staged, but sometimes I don't think they are. But let's see what happens when he goes to, I don't know, fucking know what school. Charlie Kirk.
I am Charlie Kirk, the world's greatest college campus debater in the history of the world. And I'm here at UTSA, a school that's predominantly pretty easy to get into, so all these kids are probably pretty stupid. So when they debate me, they're gonna lose. If you debate me, you die! And yes, I debate young children because they're easier to debate. Doesn't matter. I wipe the floor with them, and we're gonna get clicks on the internet. I am about to break the world record for most college campus debate wins in the history of all history, recorded human history and unrecorded history, and I am the greatest debater. Welcome to the Charlie Kirk Debate Experience.
Do you want to debate Charlie Kirk? You can't talk? Ma'am, can you talk for him? Do you want to debate Charlie Kirk? Do you want to debate Charlie Kirk? Do y'all want to debate Charlie Kirk? You can change his mind. She had an accent. That was kind of cool. Sir, do you want to debate Charlie Kirk?
I'm okay.
You sure?
I don't think I could change it. I think I agree with most of what he says.
Here's the thing. He's kind of washed up. You would be shocked how easy it will be to change his mind today. Do you want to debate Charlie Kirk?
I'm good.
Charlie Kirk is right there. You know how famous he is?
It's okay.
Also, it's 86 degrees. Why are you wearing a beanie? I'm sweating.
Come here,
Looks like
debate me,
he's
bro.
Vietnamese.
I'm good. Don't be scared, dude.
I'm
Come
not
on to the
scared.
mic and say something.
I didn't watch the video with you in it. I only watched the Ben Shapiro one. I'm sorry.
So you didn't watch my content. You're saying Ben Shapiro is better than me. I'll debate you on that. I'm better than Ben Shapiro. And I've done more for the culture war than Ben Shapiro could do in one day.
I agree with you.
Okay, she agrees with me. Thank God. She's not a libtard like some of these people walking by.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Debate Charlie Kirk.
Oh, relax, baby.
Debate Charlie Kirk. Just say, hey, I think Taylor Swift is better than Sabrina Carpenter.
I think it's okay, but thank you.
Please. Okay, here's the thing. I'll get fired if you don't debate him, and he'll beat me with a belt. Like the last time I didn't get someone, look, see that scar? Right there?
I see.
He burned me with his cigarette.
Wow. Yeah, I think I'll just watch, but thank you.
Do you want to debate Charlie Kirk?
I think he kicked my ass.
Trust me, he's gone soft. You could totally take him down today.
All in all, how are you going to go about doing the Chinese, the Arabs, the Africans? How are you going to
Well, you put them in
how
handcuffs.
are you going to take them all away?
You find them, you put them in handcuffs, and you lock them in the back of a bus. And
So how are you checking IDs? They don't even, in California,
It
they don't
doesn't
even check
matter.
IDs.
We don't need an ID. We're just going to guess. And if we're
We're
wrong,
just
that's
gonna
their.
guess?
Yeah, we're going to take. Listen, it's not a perfect system, but they didn't come here perfectly, so they don't get to leave perfectly. If they would have came here legally, then they get to leave legally. But if they're going to come here in the back of a Ford pickup, then they're going to leave in the back of a Ford pickup. That's what we do with immigration. You come here and you leave the way you came here.
Gotcha. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Luis. Thank you. God bless you. 1-0, baby. 1-0. Say your name, young man.
Brian.
What's up, Brian?
Ronaldo's better than Messi.
No, I think Messi has more Instagram followers than Ronaldo.
I feel like Ronaldo is a better hard worker than Messi, in my opinion.
Why do you say that?
Messi has more talent than hard work. If you want an example, in the Champions League in the finals, he was just sitting down, not warming up with this team. but he didn't make a really good performance. He won that game, but it just shows how lazy Messi can be.
Well, I'd say you're wrong. If he was resting before the game and he won, I think that him resting before the game was the right decision. Wouldn't you say?
I feel like warming up with the team would be a better decision. Because
But did they win the game?
They did.
At the end of the day, when you compete, what is the number one objective when you compete against somebody?
But he didn't score any goals.
It doesn't matter. What's it about? What's it about? Team play or individual play?
Team player.
And so whose team won?
His team.
So? Argument done. You're done. You lost the argument. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Great job. 2-0.
That was a good argument.
He wants to debate.
You can yell at him through the mask.
He don't want the smoke.
Oh, I want the smoke. I want all the smoke.
All right, let's go.
All right, what do you want? What do y'all want to debate? Anything?
How do you feel about abortion?
Abortion is disgusting. They say it's a woman's reproductive right to get an abortion. I think that it should be outlawed. I don't like the death of little children. A lot of people say that it's a fetus and that's not a human. That's the farthest thing from the truth. We were all fetuses, and with a little bit of time, we all became the beautiful lady that you are standing right in front of me. So I think abortion is terrible.
So what if a woman is, for instance, like raped and she can't get an abortion? Then what?
Well, you know, that is a very sad situation, but I don't know in any states if you do get raped where you can't get an abortion. In Texas, you can get an abortion if you get raped.
There was an instance where I think she was 18 years old, her baby died, but they weren't able to take it out due to the abortion law.
Well, that happens sometimes, you know. For every baby we save, you know, we're going to lose some. That's just life.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so how do you feel about the ones that, not the ones that's raped, but the ones that can't have kids? So, and they did have, they forced to keep the baby, even though, their reproductive system is not allowing them to, it's taking them out.
Let me tell y'all something real quick, and y'all are young African-American ladies. If you notice, the predominant place that Planned Parenthood is put is in urban areas. And why do they do that? Because a woman that created Planned Parenthood was a woman named Margaret Sanger, and she didn't like African Americans, and so she wanted African Americans to actually kill their children. You got to look into it. And now Planned Parenthood has been taken over, but it originally started to take advantage of young African Americans, and that's what a lot of people don't realize when it comes to the history of abortion. And now I understand people don't have the financial needs to raise a baby, but that shouldn't be an excuse, because you did have sex, you did not use protection, you made about 4 or 5 decisions to get here, and now you got a baby, you got to deal with it. But I think y'all should look into how they put these in predominantly urban areas, because they don't care about young black children.
So
a lot of these abortionists.
What if, for instance, they were using protection, but the condom breaks, and then it's now you have to deal with the kid?
Yeah, well, I mean, it was your choice to buy an off-brand condom. Go buy a real Trojan condom. Don't use the free condom that you got at the nightclub, you know, in the VIP lounge, or in the one you put a quarter in the bathroom. Go use a Trojan condom, and really, honestly, don't be busting nuts like that. Don't be busting nuts like that. I mean that. I mean, if you don't bust nuts like that, you don't have babies. I mean, it's not that complicated. I know y'all are young, but I mean, y'all know how a bababy's made.
You have snow.
Okay, so do you feel like they should put, like at schools and colleges and, you know, high schools, should they put condoms in schools so we don't have to worry about as many kids in abortions?
I mean, no. Kids are already over-sexualized. You young kids have been over-sexualized with the internet so much so. I think y'all know what a condom is. I think young people know where to get condoms. Well, I mean, having access to free condoms I think is good, but in the schools, I don't know if that's necessary.
So I feel like whenever we're in college, the sex drive does go up, and there are, more sexual intercourse. I do feel like we should have a vending machine or a free area where we have good condoms instead of the offerings like you were talking about. Do you agree with that?
I think that's okay to have access to condoms. Yeah, I don't think that that's a crazy thing whatsoever. Mm-hmm. And this going back to the abortion thing, I'm just saying, obviously I understand people's reason why you'd want to have an abortion, but you made a decision to do the damn thing, and you probably know young people that have had babies, and I'll tell you this much, usually when people have a baby...
Well, the aid stations I used to run, I would have them out in a bowl at the main desk. So when you came in or when you left, sign in and out, hey motherfucker, take this condom. You never know if you're going to need it. You probably not. Him, maybe.
Maybe they're not sad that they had the baby. I'll tell you that much. I know life might be hard. I know financially you're gonna have a lot of headaches. But I've never met somebody that had a baby that regretted actually having that baby. So
I'm gonna agree with you on a little bit. Because
she agreed with me. We're 3-0.
I do have a feeling like we do some things that we shouldn't, and then we think about it and we like, oh, we should have an abortion, or we don't have the money. But we did later and decided to do what you did, and now you got this baby. But for the ones that have been raped or they're not allowed to have kids, I do feel like they should be able to have an abortion.
I agree.
And
it
is in the Bible that abortion shouldn't be a thing. So
yeah, and I like the Bible.
Actually, I think
gotta
the
give it to
Catholic
you
Church
on this one.
Pope
I'm not
for it now.
Thank you, young ladies. Y'all are awesome. Debate me. I'm 3-0. Anybody want some of this smoke? Bring it on. What's your name, young man?
My name's Diego.
Diego.
Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you, Diego.
So what do you think about Dak Prescott? That's what I want to hear. I want to hear your opinion.
You know, I like Dak Prescott. When Dak Prescott originally hurt his leg about 3 years ago, he stopped running, and that's changed his whole entire game. You know, he's a great field general. He's a great commander in the huddle. But when it comes to his game, it's not as good as it once was when he was a rookie because he doesn't run for those third and shorts anymore. So we're always trying to pass it. So he's just not the quarterback that he once was. I still like Dak. I don't know if we should pay him, 1/3 of our entire salary cap for the Dallas Cowboys. I'm frustrated about that, but overall, I think Dak's a good player, but his game has regressed.
What's your prediction on how much longer Jerry Jones lives?
Jerry Jones is probably drinking adrenochrome in the blood of children. Will probably live a lot longer than you and I combined. So yeah, I wouldn't bet on him dying.
You think he
anytime soon.
sucks life out of other people?
Yes, he probably does suck the life out of people. A lot of these billionaires, they have blood boys where they'll do a blood transfusion with a younger person and recycle their blood. And that's very common.
All right, what's the best Pokemon?
I mean, of them all, Charizard, I guess.
Why?
No reason. He's just
You got nothing?
No reason other than he's the first one that comes to mind. And if we're still talking about Pokemon in this day and age, after the Pokemon Go era, we need to start looking into some more interesting subjects.
I don't know.
Okay, all right. Let me think. What's the best subject
of all time?
All time.
The best subject of all time, I would say God, the Creator.
That's a good subject. That's not what I was talking about, but you know what? That's a good answer.
It is a good answer.
Well,
I'm the best debater ever. 4-0.
Subject,
I want another debate. Who wants the smoke?
That was
this
the
guy
last.
wants to smoke.
He's lying.
I won that debate. Get out of here, Jimmy. Go shut that kid up, Jimmy. Shut that kid up. Okay, say your name, young man.
What's up? I'm Alex.
Oh, I'm Alex. Oh, excuse me.
Charlie, right?
I'm Charlie. Yes.
It's okay. We can bond over our shared name lineage.
Yes, we can. What do you want from me, Alex?
What are your views on God?
God is real. They tried to hide the existence of God. I think that's one of the biggest plagues on society.
No fucking way.
They tell us that we evolved from pond scum and that the Big Bang, everything came from nothing. And that's why we have a society of fruitless and hopeless and rudderless kids, because they don't realize that there is something special about this universe and that we all won the lottery of life just being here. Just being born proves that God is real, because this creation is not an accident.
Oh, I'm glad we started here because I think there's a lot to talk about.
Let's go.
You don't believe in the Big Bang or the theory of evolution?
No, there's microevolutions, like, two birds that mate with other birds, their beaks might get longer, tall people have tall babies, but the idea that a protista or a zygote or some atom just split abiogenesis on its own and everything came from nothing, it's stupid. There's not enough transitional species for it to prove that evolution was real.
That's a bold claim, Cotton.
I'm very bold. I'm a bold person. I'm the world's greatest college
You like that
debater.
dodgeball reference?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if evolution doesn't hold up to your scrutiny, I guess, right?
It does not?
Yeah, so, do you argue for, a 6,000-year-old creation?
I'm not a mathematician, but I do think the Earth is old, but I don't know how old. I'll tell you this much. There's geologists, they'll take lava that just came right out of a volcano, right? And it'll harden. And they'll go and they'll do the testing on it. They'll see how old it is. And they'll say that it's millions of years old, yet it's rock that's less than a day old. So a lot of the testing when it comes to science is off. So
Do you have, a name for that study, or did you just pull it up out of your butt?
I don't need a name. It's the primetime Charlie Kirk study, and it's right. Look it up. Look up lava.
So he just makes shit up, right? I guess that's the format?
I'm not making shit up. No, it's real. Just go look at
real,
lava.
bro.
Go look at testing of lava, of how old it is.
Right. Yeah, no, I'm definitely skeptical on that. But,
that's
if
fine.
you provided
can be
evidence,
skeptic.
right, I'd definitely change my mind.
I provided the lava, so you know. like the devil wants to have sex with children and wants to do all kinds of perverted, weird stuff. So
Where is that written?
It doesn't need to be written. It's implied.
Implied, okay. Even though like Jesus impregnated the Virgin Mary at the age of 12?
Not through sex.
Yeah, but still a 12-year-old getting impregnated.
Well, that was a beautiful
thing. That seems
thing.
a little pedophilic to me, right?
Well, there's a weird stuff too with Muhammad. There's all kinds of weird stuff. Different
Muhammad
ages
was
or
definitely
different.
Yeah, I just don't see any written gospel saying Satan promotes pedophilia, but I do see that with Islam. I do see that with Christianity.
Well, I don't think Christians are pedophiles. Is that what you're trying to say?
I mean, did Yahweh impregnate a 12-year-old girl? Yes or no?
He didn't have sex with her. No.
Did he impregnate a 12-year-old girl? Yes or no?
Well, I don't know. Do we know? Hey, fact check,
How would
Jimmy.
he
How old was the
impregnate his
Virgin
own
Mary?
mom?
Jimmy. Fact check. Come here.
So
come
facts
here.
do matter.
No, math doesn't matter. What? How old was the Virgin Mary when the Virgin Mary got impregnated?
Like 16?
12.
He's wrong. He says 12.
12?
12.
Can you even get pregnant at age 12?
God's a pedophile. I feel like this guy might be a pedophile.
Big
I don't
if
know
true.
that.
Big if true.
No, it's not. God's not a pedophile. This guy is killing this
I
debate.
mean, you're arguing Satan's a pedophile without evidence, but we have evidence Yahweh impregnated
Well,
a
the people
12-year-old
that
girl.
worship Satan are usually pedophiles.
And where are you pulling that from? Again, your
Hillary
ass?
Clinton's emails.
Hillary Clinton's emails, like the renowned
Have
Satanist.
you read the emails? Have you read the emails?
Yeah, she's just putting Satanism all over there, right? Like
she
saying
is.
like
She's talking about pizza. She's talking about all kinds
wanna,
of stuff.
Yeah, dude, get the fuck
Go
out of
read
here,
the
man.
emails. Go read the emails.
There's nothing in there about
go
pro
read the-
pedophilia.
Yes, it is.
I've read the whole damn thing. There's no things
you
about pro
haven't.
pedophilia.
There's
Okay, pull it up.
33,000
Who's
pages
the
of
fact
emails.
checker? Pull it up.
Pull it up. Pull it up. Pull it up.
ChatGPT is-
Use ChatGPT to pull it up. The Bible does not specify the exact age of the Virgin Mary when she became pregnant with Jesus. However, historical and cultural context suggests that the Jewish girl in Mary's time
this
typically
is
married.
crazy. This is 1939, however, but 5 years, 7 months, and 21 days in Peru. How's the body even able to handle that?
Started families in their early to mid-teens, often between the ages of 12 and 16.
Well, this fat ass seems to think Yahweh was, I guess, the God that got impregnated her. But if you look into the history of Yahweh and how Yahweh came about, Yahweh is fucking Jesus. How did he impregnate his own mother to have him? Well, that's pretty impressive.
Well, that's not good. It's not good.
I'm just glad we're using facts, man. That's good. That's good.
No, it's not good. It's not good. Okay.
So we've established that Satan is less pro-pedophile than the
No,
Yahweh?
Satan is more pro-pedophile, Alex. Get out of here.
Where's the evidence? Alex, where's the evidence?
It's in those knee braces. Why do you have those knee braces on? They're distracting me.
Free will doesn't exist.
What do you mean free will doesn't exist?
Determinism is the truth.
What the hell does that mean, determinism?
There's no free will.
Okay, we've got a
All
new
right.
debater. Get out of here, Alex. Thank you for debating. Thank you. Thank you. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, that was fun.
This is me. This is who they think I am. They're afraid of me. They think I'm a Nazi. They say Alex Stein is a fascist. He's a close friend of Gavin McInnes, a founder of the Proud Boys, a far-right militia. He has sexually harassed multiple women. He wants trans kids dead and trans adults in prison. I don't want trans kids dead. You want some transgender dude pooping next to you next time you go to the bathroom? Is that what you want? You want some guy just sitting there looking at your feet underneath a stall? Lord knows what he's doing on the other side. Is that what you want? Some guy in a dress dropping a right next to you? Is that okay with you? That's not okay with me. I don't want some dude in a dress pooping next to my damn daughter at day school.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay. That's a very specific experience, I think.
Well, everybody has to use the bathroom, right? Giselle, thank you for this debate.
Likewise.
Giselle,
Have a good day.
Have a good day. All right, who's next? Who wants to debate me, the world's greatest debater?
What do you want to debate?
Anything. Illegal immigration. Are you here legally? Let me see your green card.
Oh, wow, because I'm Mexican?
Yeah, I'm going to call ICE on you. I can already tell. You
my
didn't-
grandma and my dad were here illegally.
No,
Yes.
they're not!
They
What's
were.
their last name, Jimmy? His parents are on. Come here. Write down their name. We're going to have ICE come to your house. What's your name and what's your address? How long have you had that mustache?
Well,
How
that
long
means
have you
his
been able to
mom
grow that mustache?
was legal.
Since birth?
I've been able to grow it since I was like 12, actually.
That's
but
what I'm
like,
saying,
I
yeah.
actually let it grow out.
It doesn't look bad. I think it looks good, actually. I'm not
Can you
even
can you not grow facial hair or what?
Not like that. I'm Charlie
I can't.
Kirk. I'm a debater.
Nah, I
I'm
know.
not a-
I saw that.
We are never, ever, ever getting back together. We
Are you getting this on camera?
are never, ever,
Getting this on camera?
ever-
I think maybe there should be less male comedians.
You think there should be less male comedians?
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of you guys, and sometimes
Should there be more female comedians, or are you
I
actually
just feel
want-
like a comedian is a very run-out job at this point. If I see one more comedian special with a guy that looks exactly like you on Netflix, I'm gonna shoot myself. It's getting
That
repetitive.
is fair, but Joe Rogan, he's a very popular comedian, and he has a bunch of white guys that are like him that are getting
I didn't say
specials.
white guy. I just think guys.
You
There's
just
a
said
lot of
white guys like him.
and it's all the same stuff over and over.
Well, women aren't funny.
Guys,
Comedian, and he has a bunch of white.
It's getting repetitive.
That is fair, but Joe Rogan
Looks exactly like you. Very run-out job at this point. If I see one more comedian special with a guy that looks exactly like you on Netflix, I'm gonna shoot.
A guy that looks exactly like him. So she either means white, or she means a guy with hair, or she means a guy that wears a hat with sunglasses on top. Your guess is as good as mine.
Shoot myself. It's getting
That
repetitive.
is fair, but Joe Rogan, he's a very popular comedian, and he has a bunch of white guys that are like him that are getting
I didn't say
specials.
white guy. I just think guys. There's just a lot of guys, and it's all the same stuff over and over.
Well, women aren't funny. Boom. I won
Yeah.
that debate.
Mhm.
Women aren't funny. That's why. So
That's what I wanted to say.
another win for the Charlie Kurt Master. Women are not as funny as men.
That is a great win. No, really, you own me with that.
He
Do
did.
you have any other preschool comments to make, or do we want to move to first grade insults?
No,
so I could say
no
you have.
insults, but women are not as funny as men. It's impossible for women. They don't understand satire.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, that's
All
true.
right, yes, sir. Say your name, please.
My name is Julian Briones.
Julian?
And I wanted to ask, do you think the blowing up of Alderaan is a justified action against the rebels?
Is that Lord of the Rings or Star Wars? What
Star
kind-
Wars, sir. Star Wars.
First of all, Star Wars has been hijacked by a bunch of woke lesbians at Disney. And if you're still a fan of that woke production, you should really look in the mirror and do some self-reflection, because I'm sick of woke lesbians ruining some of the greatest franchises of all times,
it.
including Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Was a great franchise.
Of
That
course.
went woke.
Of
that
course.
went gay. Ruined.
I feel the same way. I'm just waiting for Andor Season 3. That's what I'm waiting for.
And I want some more masculinity in Andor. I'm sick of these transgender Jedis ruining all the damn good storylines.
I want more rebellion. That's what I want.
More rebellion. Thank you.
Alrighty. You have
Is
a
that
good day.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. God bless you. Are you next up? Say your name, young man.
Hello, sir. My name is Alex Copeland. Nice to meet you.
What's up, Alex Copeland?
Okay, so I don't think
Is
that
Alex
Palestine
Copeland like a wannabe Alex Rosen?
has a right to exist.
Or what?
I think that Palestine has a right to exist.
Not my problem.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Elan Omar is not going to like this debate.
No. Neither will AOC.
She will not. She's my favorite big booty Latina. Palestine, maybe their right to exist is... Maybe they can have a right to exist. I don't like Hamas's right to exist. And I don't like the conflict that's going on in the Middle East. I don't know if a ceasefire even stops anything. I think it's going to be total annihilation.
Well, that wasn't with
And
Hamas.
I think they
it was
push
Hezbollah.
Israel to the breaking point, and it's just a really unfortunate situation. I wish we could try to fix things there. I don't know if it's fixable. I think Donald Trump will help us not get into war with Iran.
That's true.
But when it comes to Palestinians, they were there. I think not all Palestinians are bad. I think it's Hamas that is bad. They need to give up the hostages, but
I've been saying.
I don't think Palestine's going to be here much longer. You're probably going to get what you wish for. It's a crazy world. Well, this guy doesn't want Palestine to exist, but for AOC, I can't agree with him. So thank you for being here. I love you, AOC. All right. All right, who's next up? Great job. Great job debating. Fix the mic, Jimmy. Fix his mic.
I'm sorry.
Jimmy, give me some chips. Give me some chips.
Okay, Chip.
They're right here. They're right here. I need you to give me some chips. I'm starving. Jimmy, hurry. Right there in that box. Okay, say your name, young man.
Yeah, my name is Evan, all that,
Open them. I don't want to get the Cheeto dust in my hand. Well, I believe in separation of church and state, so I don't think it should be mandatory, but I also don't think it should be outlawed. If you want to read a Bible, Quran, Torah, you should be allowed to in a public school. But yeah, I don't think the teacher should be teaching religion in school.
Okay. I agree with that. Yeah. I think
Another debate one. What else you got for me?
Fucking retarded cat.
Let's debate if you should get a haircut or not. You should.
That's a good idea.
It's too long.
Oh, well, damn.
I think that's it. Yeah. I just want to know your opinion on that.
So you just lost that debate. How does it feel? Bye, Noah.
I just saw all of these posters and I just had a couple of questions. Why do you think that being a socialist harms economic hardship or supports economic hardship?
It does support economic hardship.
Where in the definition did you hear that, though? Because the definition for socialist means that the government belongs to the people. So I just want to know what kind of... What gave you that impression, you know?
You know what? It's really sad that I sit here and I debate these young men, and I see you, I can tell you're a smart man. And the fact that you think a socialist society is going to solve all of our problems.
All right, post-game interview, how do you think that went?
I think that Charlie Kirk is not exactly giving me any clue points or true points on why socialism is bad. He really just said, no, it's bad, and kept repeating that over and over again. So,
but is it bad?
I don't think so. I don't fully agree that any, besides fascism, because that's fascism, any true society, if done right, can work out. Capitalism, we live in a capitalist society, it isn't done correctly, which ends up just giving more people the monetary...
So you're saying you won the debate?
Well, I'll tell you how to get a free house. Go across the border and then sneak back in and say that you're Venezuelan seeking asylum. You'll get a free hotel room in Manhattan.
I see.
So that is... Jimmy, get off the bull and go find me people to debate, you idiot. Jimmy. You're not here to ride the damn bull, dude. You're here.
Why not?
Go find me debate partners, dude. God, he's such an idiot. Just come on the mic and debate.
No, but I like you.
Okay, I like you too.
He told me to make fun of your forehead, though.
All right.
Jimmy, quit telling these people about my damn forehead. That's why I'm self-conscious I have the hat on.
Why he's wearing the hat?
What have you debated about with people today? Like, what are the topics you've got?
Abortion, kebabs, burgers, yeah, football, cars.
You think? Oh, is college a scam? Period.
That's interesting.
Oh shit!
Get on the microphone. Please.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Please say your name for the camera, sir.
My name?
Yeah.
Whatever you want to say, your nickname, your handle, I don't care.
Oh.
Retarded bitch.
Bird person.
Do you want to debate the world's greatest college debater, Charlie Kirk, today?
I don't think that man is here.
You're looking at him. I'm just look at the sign. Can you read, bud?
I can read, asshole.
Okay.
You
Well,
can
let's
lie,
debate.
but not
I'm not
very
lying.
good.
I'm Charlie Kirk. All right, let's debate. Grab the mic. What do you want to
want to
debate?
debate about?
You pick the topic. I'll wipe the floor with you. I've been wiping the floor with people like you all damn day, and you're coming
Okay,
up here.
Lightning McQueen. You
Huh?
eat winners, you eat losers for breakfast, whatever.
Okay, this isn't Talladega Nights. This is the Charlie Kirk experience. So
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this was a real show.
this is a real show, and you're on it.
Why is he shaking?
Yeah?
How does it feel?
How does it feel?
I know you're nervous. I know you're sitting there shaking. You want to say something to me. Say it. Say it with all your cojones.
Oh,
say it
bitch.
with your chest, young man. Don't be afraid.
You don't have balls.
I have huge testicles.
Where's your proof?
They're right in my pants, and I don't whip
Show me
my.
your
I'm not
proof.
gonna. You want to see my genitals? So, sir, you just came here and asked me to see my genitals.
Show me the proof, dumbass.
We have you on camera, sir. That you just came here unapproached and is asking to see my naked genitalia. Do you realize?
Well, I guess you don't have balls then.
Because I don't want to expose myself and show you.
Yeah,
my
that's what you are, you Nazi. You don't want to expose yourself and tell the truth.
Wait, why am I Nazi? Because I don't want to show you my testicles?
No, you're the dumb one.
How am I the dumb one?
Because you're not getting anything I'm saying.
Because you just asked to see my testicles, correct?
Because you're a piece of shit.
So that's why you want to see my balls?
Yeah.
Faggot.
Because I'm a piece of shit, you want to see my testicles?
I want you to show the truth. Do you have balls?
Yes, I do.
Do you?
They're right here.
I don't see them.
Look down, bitch.
I'll kind of. You can kind of see how they're
He's looking down.
Oh, really?
See how they're.
Are you getting a zoom in on that? Of course. Look at
They're
this
right
retard out here showing off his bulge.
You
I just
asked
got
to
him to
see
do
it.
that.
I mean, if
You
fucking
asked to
trans
see
people
this.
can
You're
do
trying to
it.
get my goat? I just got you to show everyone your bulge.
I
Oh.
show everybody my bulge every day. They're very large. What
Good
do you
for
mean?
you, dumbass.
How am I dumb?
Because you are.
And you think you're smart by sitting here begging a man to show him your genitals?
I think you're a piece of shit.
Why is that?
Because you are.
Oh, okay. That. Good
Don't be
argument.
like that. Can we become friends?
No.
Why not?
Because I don't make friends with transphobes, homophobes, Nazis, and the like of you.
I apologize for whoever hurt you. I can tell that you're a good young man. I can tell you have a good
You
heart.
sound like my grandparents. You know what my grandparents do? They sit at home and watch Fox News all day, sucking their thumbs like goddamn idiots.
I bet your grandparents love you very much.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
Mine are dead. So
What do they give you for Christmas? What does your grandmother give you for Christmas every year? She gives you $200, and you
Give me
love
a
it.
slap on the face.
No, she gives you $200 in that envelope, and
Dude.
you love it.
Yeah,
What the
you
And
know
you
what?
love that $200. I mean,
His lenses are fucking thick as shit. I guess he didn't pay for the thin lenses.
no, she gives you $200 in that
$50
envelope, and you love it.
Yeah, you
and
know
you
what?
love that $200 that Meemaw gives you, don't you?
You know what?
And it feels
she votes
good.
for Donald Trump
So
too.
what? She
Okay.
gives you that $200.
Well, they're stealing our goddamn future, you piece of shit.
How? How is Donald Trump stealing it?
With the tariffs, with the tax cuts for the wealthy.
But your grandmother's going to give you $200. So it
I don't
doesn't-
want $200.
What do you want?
I want to pay less taxes, and I want the
Donald
rich
Trump's
people to
gonna
pay
make
more.
Wait, you
Donald
sound like
Trump's
a
gonna make
Republican.
Cutting
us pay
taxes for people who pay less than.
I know. So those corporations can pay their employees better.
No?
Yes.
Yes.
You believe in trickle down economics?
I am
Yeah.
trickle down economics.
Trickling down like that cum down your pants?
Why? What is the deal with my penis and ejaculating? What's going on, dude?
You're a piece of shit.
What's going on?
You're a piece of shit.
Do you want to go get a hamburger or something?
No.
Hey, vegan? Want to
Who
go get
hurt
a
you?
falafel? We can't get a falafel.
I want to heal you.
Fucktards like you,
Whoa.
What did I
Nice.
do?
go fuck yourself.
Okay.
Don't be like that.
You know what? If you're gonna come here, ruin our goddamn campus with your free speech,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna fuck around with you too. And you know what? I don't care if UCSA campus has to pull us out of here. I'm
Bro,
gonna
you're
ruin
doing
your
exactly what you
fucking
want.
day.
Don't do that.
Piece of shit.
I love you, brother.
Go fuck yourself.
Can I get you a hamburger or something?
No.
You want some chocolate?
No.
It's delicious.
What's your point?
Do you like chocolate?
This is bait.
Huh?
It's not bait. It's just candy.
Chocolate.
What's on it?
It's just chocolate.
Yeah, and you're gonna tell me I'm an anti-Semite now because it's got a
No.
Hanukkah thing on it?
Would you like some Lay's
Really?
potato chips?
I never would have thought about that.
I don't want your goddamn chips. I don't want your goddamn lies.
What do you want?
I want you to get off my campus.
It's yours now?
Can we be friends?
No.
Why?
You asked that question 10 times, and you think I'm the dumb one?
Ask it 11.
No, I
You
just.
don't understand the meaning of no.
I know you love your grandparents very much, and I know you're mad that they voted for Donald Trump, but Donald Trump wants your
You're not
grandparents.
Mr. Rogers, you dumb piece of shit. Just because you can put on some fucking cardigan?
Why am I not Mr. Rogers?
Because you're a goddamn idiot and an
You know
What do you
Mr.
asshole.
not, what do you not
Rogers
like
is.
about me?
I don't care. You're an asshole.
How?
You
Because
work
I.
for Turning Point USA.
Yeah.
No, he
The
doesn't.
goddamn conservative can.
You know what?
Actually, he doesn't work for Turning Point. He works for Blaze Media. This motherfucker really thinks this is Charlie Kirk.
Conservative
Why are
Christian
conservatives
organization on
bad?
campus.
Why are conservatives bad?
Why are conservatives bad?
Yeah.
Because they are turning into Nazis. They're not
Oh.
conservatives anymore.
Do you really
They're
think
neo-fascists.
that? Do you really think that?
What do you think of me? I'm a Democrat. I voted
Okay.
for Kamala Harris, proud and true. What do you
I
think of
just think
that?
you're a retard.
You like Kamala Harris?
Oh yeah.
You're,
I don't care if
you're
she
s-
lost,
You're
I still
smarter
voted.
than that. You're smarter than that.
I don't care. I'm not gonna believe your lies.
What
You know
about?
who hurt me?
He
A bunch
wants
of guys.
he wants the wealthy to pay their fair share. What about the wealthy that get even more wealthier off of this $2 billion Kamala Harris campaign? When they admitted that, listen here, the people, grassroots, raised that $1 billion. They gave up like $54 per 8 million people gave up like $54, which came out to just under $500,000. So where's the rest of the money? Did you pay your staffers? No, you didn't. Oh,
Goddamn white kids like you.
What did
all
they
my
do?
fucking life.
What did they do?
wait, what?
me? I don't care. I'm
Right.
not gonna believe your lies.
Okay.
You know who hurt me? A bunch of goddamn white kids like you.
What did
all
they
my
do?
fucking life.
What did they do? Did they bully you?
Yeah, dumb piece of shit.
I'm sorry.
Go back to fucking middle school where you belong.
I'm sorry that you're bullied like that. It's not fair. It was not nice of those kids to bully you. But you're a very powerful young man. I think you could use all that power. You can harness it for good.
Doing what?
I don't know. What are you
Why
passionate?
don't you do
what are
something
you
other than this bullshit on my campus?
No, this is what I do. I spread awareness. I speak to young men like you that are
He's
highly
calling-
Trying to
affected.
radicalize angry people, and I'm
He's
angry.
calling him a fascist while being a fascist.
Just because you're here.
I know. I'd like to radicalize you on my side to support Donald Trump.
I'd like to kick you in the balls.
Would that make you feel better?
Would it make me feel better? Yeah.
To assault another man?
Yeah.
To kick a man in the genitalia? First you asked to see my penis. Now you want to touch my penis with your foot?
Real hard.
Do you
Real
think,
hard,
Do you
man.
think that's bizarre to go up to a person and...
I think it's bizarre that you're here in the first place.
But I'm not the one going up to somebody asking to see their penis, asking to put my foot on their penis.
I
You're
don't
doing
care. Go fuck yourself.
Oh, that was cool. Did you just steal the microphone?
Get that.
That's a win.
That's a win! Rage quit!
Rage quit. Rage quit. That was a rage quit. Speaking of rage quit, where's the rage quit queen? I want to know what she thought about that performance.
Ben! We did it! We won! Guys, we did it. Charlie Kirk just broke the record for most debate wins on a college campus. I couldn't have done.
Well, that's those debates are a little more interesting. I wonder why, if maybe those do happen with Charlie Kirk or Louder with Crowder, but why don't they show those parts? Those parts are actually fun. Now, it's Alex Stein, so obviously you know it's going to be trolling, and he did well without actually trying, especially with that last fucking kid who hurt him when he was a kid. Listen, motherfucker, I went to a lot of white schools early in my life, and then my last 2 years of high school, right? Brown kid, looked Mexican. If people came up and tried to bully me, bad idea. Because I liked to fight, because I know I had to fight. Little Filipino kid who was like, what was I, 135, maybe my junior or senior year. I was skinny as fuck, but I could fight. Anyway, I'm glad. I can't say I'm glad they hurt him, but makes a lot of sense why he's so angry and aggressive. But remember, they're the party of peace, love, and joy. Well, party of joy. Oh. Hope you enjoyed the craziness of the world with both retards, law enforcement, politicians, well, retards, same thing, and humor. Humor's good for the soul. Not Thomas' soul, but your soul, my soul, if you still happen to have one, which, you know, it kind of is rare today, especially if you sold your soul for a cheeseburger. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm not telling you how to think. I'm just saying have a very, 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 very happy, merry Thanksgiving. Or if you're Jilly, I don't know what you guys celebrate. Because wasn't Thanksgiving like a trap, right? They lured you guys in. Oh, let's have food. Let's dine together. And then, hi, how you doing? Would you like these blankets? Here you go. They'll keep you warm. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, oh my God, good thing I can't get canceled. But I'm just telling you all to think. And with that being said, oh, yeah, have a good Thanksgiving.